you don't get to know. But anyways, if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and give the recap if you guys want.
I'm so ready.
Previously?
What?
Previously?
Previously. No.
Previously on
But
yeah.
dude, have you guys seen the people showing the fucking Attack on Titan syringe with all the COVID vaccines?
No.
It says this new vaccine's crazy, and it showed the Attack on Titan syringe. I was like, what the hell? I hate it so much. Anyways, last time that we were on playing DD, yep,
DDR.
the gang finished out the yawning cave, and they were held up by one man with blue hair. They later figured out that there was a man with green hair who was named Trigger, but the man with blue hair is still unnamed. There was also a crow that they saw that had a blue and green streak down its beak, and it was talking to Galax. There was a time in which you guys went to go get a bunch of stuff from the Smiths and other places around town, where you met a preacher named Kaz, and as you went over to Doric, you saw that the same green-haired gentleman was talking to Doric, and that was when Gabriella followed him and had a little chit-chat with him in a back alleyway. And then after that, Kaz mentioned that he was, what is that?
Backpacks.
But afterwards, Kaz mentioned that he was a part of a hybrid organization, and that the government really did seem to put hybrids down, and that the government thought of hybrids as ugly and not fit to be on this plane of existence. Afterwards, Gabriella again noticed that Kaz left and went with the green-haired man, and they left through this strange-looking portal as well. And upon all this stuff happening, you guys decided to check in for the night, because it was a long day with a lot of odd happenings about town. And as you guys went to check in for the night, you noticed that Snow's house was unlocked. And when Snow went to look into the house, you guys didn't hear much going on, but she just kind of peeked out, and a rat ran out with it, and then out came a man from an alleyway. You guys left the next day on the way to 3 Point Market for the Three Dragon auction, and along the path to Magnolia Springs, you ran into a rather disgruntled looking gnoll, in which you guys tried to befriend it by feeding it multiple things. You heard a couple other screeches and howls in the forest nearby, and then at the end of your journey, right before you got into town, you noticed a man pop out of bushes and kind of just wave and smile at you guys. And then, thus, entering into the town, Vlastimir greeted the party and hugged both the, in quotes, daughters of his family, and welcomed you into his house. So.
Was that person that waved not the knoll that I was feeding?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, someone.
Just something popped out of the bushes. A humanoid figure popped out of the bushes and waved at you
I
guys.
thought it was the
Somebody
Noel.
used to Noel.
Oh God.
Anyways, as you guys entered the house, somebody stayed outside. Who stayed outside?
Angry did.
Galax did.
Me and Bobby the Bear.
You and Bobby stayed outside.
Because you didn't want to go in the house.
Yeah, because I was huge. I'm huge.
So as Vlastimir opens this door, you see a very modest setup. It looks like, you know, it's much bigger than Snow's cabin back in the Groveland slums. But you do notice that it's pretty barren. It has about the same amenities, just a larger size. The ground is just very shoddily put together wooden floors, along with some tables, a couple chairs, and then you can see a couple doors leading to different bedrooms along the sides. But other than that, it's just very barren, and it looks like they only care about baking and farming and doing their stuff. The bakery itself is not in the house. It is another building off to the side of the house, though. And as he welcomes you in, he goes, "Thank you so much for coming back home with my my beautiful daughters." And he looks at Gabriella. Well, anyways, thank you so much for helping them along the way. I don't think I could ever repay you. I was deeply, deeply frightened for their life, and I thought that maybe the sickness had gotten them. They've been filling our heads with this weird talk of a new disease coming up, and I was getting really worried, and I couldn't help but think the worst had happened when you guys hadn't shown up for a few days.
Vladimir, there was nothing I couldn't handle, and I assured you that I'd keep Rosalind safe.
He says, now, I don't know if you know this, but that's not really the soundest promise to make, especially coming from the lips of you.
DM, what time is it?
You guys left town to come here, and it was about a 3-hour trek outside of town. So if you guys left at around 7 or 6, it's getting to be about 10 now.
10 a.m.?
AM?
Yes,
or
10
PM?
a.m.
Okay.
Because you guys left early in the morning.
In the morning, right.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 a.m. Okay.
And he looks around. He says, "So I'm assuming you guys are going to be staying here for a little bit, right? Or do you guys are you guys
As
going
he
on?"
says-
Yes.
As he says that, can I kind of look around? Do I see, you said they're a farm, do they have any, like, small piles of hay that I...
They have a few bundles around. It looks like they use straw for their pillows and such, but they don't have like heaping piles inside the house. There's a few outside and around the corner, but there's none inside the house. There's like just a few small like scatterings of it. Like it looks like it came out of pillows and such.
Can I start to, like, scoop up all the scatterings and then, what am I doing? I, like, scoop up all the scatterings into the corner and, like, kind of go and curl around like a cat and, like, go sit down on it. And
He looks over at you and goes, "Oh, well, I guess that answers my question." Anyways, I was wondering if I could get some help around the farm for today, if you don't mind, the garden. Your mother would need a lot of help. We've been kind of short-handed recently, especially since you two kind of disappeared for a few days. If you and your friends could help us, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Do you need me to bring anything back from the forest? Something to scavenge, to hunt?
He looks at you and kind of cocks his head. You know we're bakers, Gabriella.
Yeah, but, still a
Um,
little general food.
I mean, if you're able to get maybe like a little bit of meat, like like a couple squirrels, maybe a rabbit or two, yes, we can stew it up, boil and mash some potatoes, and stick them all in a stew.
I hate it.
Like, we can help for today, Father, but we will need to borrow the cart, though.
What do you need the cart for?
So we're kind of on another, I guess, job, right, Gabriella?
Yes, well, we need to go to 3 Point Market, not too far from here. Just do a couple of days of general business stuff.
And why? Why? What could you need
you
with the
know
market?
our-
The market's filled with dangerous places.
But Father, our goddess has probably sent me on this journey, right?
Roll me a deception check.
Oh God.
First roll of the day.
For all the day, it's probably gonna hate me.
Your plus in deception.
It's only a
Seven.
2. I'm
Oh, no.
screwed.
It's okay, I roll an 18. 30, 20. Easy.
I'm screwed. I got a 3.
You got a 3, so 5 in
I
total.
got a 5.
He looks at you and says, "Our goddess has never really asked us any of that stuff before. She's not one for material things, is she?"
It's not
Well,
material things, but you know about the disease, right?
Yes. Well, I've been told about the disease. I don't really know much about it. They've just been saying stay
I've been
indoors
tr-
until further notice.
I've been trying to learn about it to see if there's anything I can do to help.
He goes, okay. I mean, we don't really have anything to sell too soon, but I guess you can take the cart. Yes. You can take the horses too, of course. But just
Can I
make sure
do
you don't
that?
push them too hard. I'm sure you know their limits. And please be back here within a short time. I don't want to go thinking that you guys are lost again.
At the word horse, I kind of spring up and look around and horse,
He,
horse.
he looks at you. Yes, yes, horse,
And I
horse,
smile
horse.
and
Leave last man. Hana, would you like to see some horses?
I'm just gonna shake my head and hold out my hand again.
Okay, come
Like
on.
normal.
I grab her hand and take her to where the stables are.
So the stables are around the back of the house. The garden's
Hmm.
off to one side, and then the bakery's on the other side, like hugging the house.
Mhm.
But as you take her around the back, you see a small stable with like 3 slots for horses. But it seems that only 2 horses are there currently, and that the last slot is just kind of vacant, looking for any inhabitant. The horses that you see are pretty pure brown, with one of them is dappled with white, and the other one's just this pure amberish color. Their manes are a deep dark black running over their side with big, like, long dark black tails as well.
What do you know the names of these horses?
Why don't you make the names up? I didn't have names prepared for the horses, so if you want to make the names, you're more than welcome.
I call this one Amber
At
because
the
of the
sight of
amber
them,
mane.
I'm going to like stop and kind of like, almost like you're hunting something in this, where you like stop and you get real low, but like I don't want to spook it, I don't want to scare it, you know. I'm like, oh,
No,
I'm
Amber is
gonna-
very friendly. It's all right. You don't need to. You don't need to.
gonna very gently pull out some of the cooked pheasant that
Do you-
I made
Hold
the
on.
night before.
Does Bobby
I
smell
don't.
this?
What?
Can Bobby smell this? He's
Yeah,
got
Bobby
keen
would be
smell.
able to smell the cooked
I
pheasant.
would
He smells all kinds of stuff. Like there's meat all around Hana's being, and it can smell that, like the stench of just flesh that's been devoured and caked on to certain aspects of Hana's visage.
Is Ben in the house, Lucid?
Finn?
The wolf?
Oh,
Wolf
yeah. Finn would be in the house, curled up at the end of the bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna like take a piece out and as I stand no higher than its leg, I'm gonna like kind of head down and like
Hana,
walk
darling,
over to it and see if it wants a piece of
You
pheasant.
Can
you
I-
feel a very
Well,
soft. Yeah.
Can I sleight of hand it to swap it out for some hay? Because I'm not sure if horses are
Like
allowed
a
to eat
carrot?
pheasant.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I don't think
gonna
horses
get sick.
should
I'm not sure if horses should eat this at this point.
Can you roll me
Okay.
animal handling as
That's
well?
a
Kia?
dirty 20.
Or Hana? All right, you easily are able to just swap it out for one of the carrots that you had around the side, and then you just definitely put the pheasant back in Hana's pack without her knowing.
On the note of
You
the
roll a
hearing
6?
s-
What was you say?
On the note, no, I was gonna say on the note of the smell, Bobby's like grabbed my hand and is like taking me towards the smell.
All right.
Oh,
So
God.
as you hold this pheasant up to its nose, you feel a soft like snoof onto your hands, and then you also feel it press down, and then you feel it retract its head, and then slowly you feel teeth like scrape across your hand and take the whole carrot from it and just start munching.
Hmm. Can I look up? Can I hold my hand out gently and try to pet this horse?
As you hold your hand out and start trying to pet it, you see it like reel back and like kind of whinny a little bit.
I want to try to calm her down.
Animal handling.
Okay. Animal handling. I only have a +1. Oh no. Oh no, it's a nat one.
It's a nat 1. The horse does not seem calm by it. As you like try to calm her down, she sees you, and it seems to like spook her even more, and she starts like rearing back
no,
and
it's
bucking
okay.
up and a little bit.
I'm
At
just
this
gonna, like,
moment, Galax, you and Bobby are coming around the corner, and you see
What are
the
you? No,
the
get out of the
bucking
way, Galax.
horse, and it's like going crazy, trying to like back up away from the 2 that are in the stables with it.
I'm gonna say I don't notice them as I'm like backing out and bowing and like just trying to. Sorry. Like backing out, and just trying to like walk away.
Do I hear the
Like,
commotion?
You can hear the horse going crazy, but knowing Gabriella, you could probably tell that it's just Gabriella up to something.
It's just
in the
Gabriella
stables.
things. Who
Just
else but
Gabriella.
Gabriella?
Okay. I come around the corner. I sort of like push Bobby to the side, and I go, well, and I sort of like go like this, and then like push my hands out like that, and a gust. I'm gonna use gust, which is I have as a cantrip. To
Okay.
basically move Hana and Gabriella out of the way. Would that be possible, or would I have to roll?
Let me look up
Moved
Gust real
5
quick.
feet, I think.
It's a strength saving throw, so
So
it doesn't do damage, but it will.
Yeah.
It
So
will
so you're
move
just
them.
trying to move them out of the way.
Yeah, so it's sort of just
Hard
me and the
to
horse.
seize.
All right. Yeah. You can try
I
that.
think I would be trying to
Hana
fight it
already
because-
left. Hana already left.
Yeah.
Hana bowed out.
So just Gabriella then.
Yeah. So if you're trying to
Yeah.
move Gabriella out of the way, then I need you to roll a strength saving throw, Gabriella.
Okay. 7.
7. You effortlessly like move the air currents, and you see this strong force of wind just knock Gabriella to the side. And as you're trying to calm it down, your hand just like shifts over, and like very confused, like you just don't know why your body seemed to have just transposed to another place.
I sort of got like this, okay. And I'm like trying to calm myself, and then I open my eyes, and I'm just staring like eye to eye with the horse at this point. Can I try animal handling in order to calm it down?
Yeah, sure. Let me check.
All right. I'm proficient in this, so this better work.
Is the horse not scared of the bear?
Horse is not
Oh,
scared
no,
of the
no,
bear.
no,
The
no,
bears
no,
are
no,
very
no,
small
okay.
bear. It's a very small bear.
Oh, okay.
It's not a full-grown one.
It's a baby bear because remember it's on his like shoulders.
Let's go, Angry.
What'd you get,
What'd you get?
Angie?
Natural 20, baby.
All right.
25.
As you bring both your hands down and you just start reaching out, the horse like backs up a little bit and then like slowly throws its hooves back down on the ground and just like agitatedly like walks closer, and then like as it pushes its nose up into your hand, it kind of closes its eyes and rocks its head to the side as you are able to calm it down very easily.
I sort of look at Gabriella at this point, and I'm like, "There's not much you know about me, but there's a few tricks up my sleeve." And I sort of just carry on just petting it, just like
I'm
trying
gonna
to
make a
relax it.
You'd
dash
be so good with
up
animals, to
on
be honest
top
with you.
of the stable and try to backflip on top of the horse.
I am going to
Into the
smack
saddle.
her off. I'm sorry. No, if I
Can I-
see
can
that,
I
I
try
see
and
that it's
catch her?
calm, and I see this as my moment, and I go.
Can I
try and
grab-
catch?
I want to grab
I'm gonna
her
use.
and-
Oh wait! Hold on. I'm going to use my wings
Okay. I see
for the
that.
first time ever, and assist me to like reverse gainer front flip.
Gainer.
Gainer, dude.
You know,
Like onto, because it helps me with like a bit of jump, right? I don't get flight, but
No, you get 5 feet of flight,
I get 5 feet of flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
So,
that's
yeah,
your
I'm
whole
gonna, like,
movement.
I'm gonna jump in 5 feet and like do a little front flip and get on. Can I
Alright.
see-
Make a roll with
can I-
disadvantage.
Okay. Is that acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics.
side note, for those of you who don't know, a reverse gainer is actually called a loser flip. Yeah, it actually is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Can
That's
I?
a 7 and a 10 plus 6, so 13.
13. I'd say you can land on the horse, but you kind of hit your butt when you land wrong, and it kind of leaves a little bruise on your backside, you know. So like the horse kind of reels back a little bit as well and starts bucking a little bit, but having the calming presence of Galax around it, it slowly adjusts to you getting on it with no saddle, and it like just kind of calms down and starts nuzzling Galax again.
I'm gonna lean into it and just like put my face of its neck like kind of on its mane and just start like petting both sides of its neck and just like super loving. I don't think you've seen Hana this happy before.
At this point, I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
All right.
I'm kind of
and
also
I would like to speak to the horse and Bobby, if that's okay.
All right. What were you saying, Gabriella?
No, I was just thinking. Nah, that's it. That's all good.
You
I'll do
sure?
it later.
Alright.
Yeah.
What are you saying to him?
So I'm speaking to the horse person, sort of going, "Are you ready for an adventure?" good sir, or madame, because obviously I'm trying to, I'm trying to not be.
It looks at you, and it kind of tilts its head. He goes, "I'm always ready," in like a really witty-ish kind of tune. So, it seems ready for adventure, but it seems like kind of confused as to why you would ask that.
And I sort of, I sort of, don't mind the little one on you right now, but we've got a journey ahead of us, and we need you at full strength. Is there anything I can do to help?
He looks around, and he kind of sniffs around, and he goes, "Carrots! I need carrots."
I go, Bobby, do me a favor. Go ask for some. Go get some carrots. Ask for some. Go get some carrots.
You see Bobby just kind of get up from his sitting position and go over, and like he kind of scoops a handful of the carrots in the corner under his arm and just slowly walks over back to you and throws them on the floor and sits back down.
It's so cute. I'm
Thank you,
imagining
Bobby.
this bear
I'm
waddling and holding carrots.
I go, thank you, Bobby. And I sort of look at the horse and I go, so, is there anything else? Is this the only thing that you'll need? What about your friend in the other stable?
He looks over, he's like, "I'm strong enough to pull anything. I don't need that slacker."
Sassy horse.
I sort
Jesus.
of just nod and I go, thank you, sir. And
Is
at
this
this
the
point,
all-brown
obviously,
one?
I'm gonna walk.
Yes,
to
this is
other
the all
horse.
brown one, the amber one.
I'm gonna walk to the other horse.
All right.
Obviously, speak with animals is still active, and I go,
Yeah.
Hello, young one. Assuming that it is a young one.
You hear him, he says, "You will address me by Zephyr."
Zephyr.
Zephyr?
Why does
That's
that ring a
Amber
bell?
and Zephyr.
That rings a bell. I don't know why. I go,
Zephyr.
Hello, Sir Zephyr. How are you doing today?
A little cramped, but all around pretty great.
I sort of look at him and I go, you ready for an adventure, young man?
He
Zephyr. And I
he-
sort of pause and say Zephyr at the end.
He looks at you and then looks back at him. He's like, "Do we bring my best friend along?"
Aww.
I go, who's your best friend?
And you see him kind of like throw his head over on the side of the stable and just kind of look over at the other horse and then look back.
I look at him and I go, yes, I've already spoken to Amber. And they're very much looking forward to adventuring.
He goes, "Then wherever they go, I go." And he looks back at you.
Obviously, at this point, I sort of... is there any, like hay or carrots beside his stable?
Not beside it. They seem to keep all the hay and carrots in the empty stable, since it's got a lot of storage space basically to use for free there. But not immediately right next to it. The only thing in each stable, it seems to be like a mat of straw hay on the ground to kind of help with any residue that they might leave, and then they also have a water trough next to them.
So what I do is I go, that's good to hear. And I sort of put my hand, like, on his face. Like, no, I'm not, like, being aggressive. I'm sort of just, like I did with the first horse.
Mhm.
And I go, and obviously I go, Bobby! Because obviously Bobby's still sat with the other horse. I go, Bobby! I need 1 carrot! And obviously I'm being very specific, saying I need 1.
You see him kind of get up and just grab one in its mouth and walk on over and then just spit it onto the ground.
Okay, so I look at Zephyr and I go, this is Bobby. He will be our companion for a little while.
You
And I pick up
see
the carrot and offer it.
You see Bobby kind of get up on 2 feet and go like this. And then he just sits back down.
It's the cutest
I
session
ruffle
I've been in.
I ruffle him on the head after I give the carrot to Zephyr, and I go, and I look at Gabriella and I go, they both seem ready for an adventure.
Are you doing the whole talking? Wait, hold on real quick. Let's speak with the animals. Is it telepathic or is it out loud?
I believe that you can choose telepathic or out loud. And
Okay.
if not, then I'll just say that you can do either. So
Okay. Were you talking to their brains or are you just out loud?
It was through the brain.
Okay, I was
I like to keep that sort of thing a secret. So
Okay. I was
Mm.
like, wait, what? Okay. Well,
they're ready. That's all you need to know. They're ready.
Well, I do need to go see Rosalind's mother, so I'm going to. I guess you got the situation handled. Would you mind keeping an eye on Hana? Obviously.
I look at Hannah and I go, yes, that's fine. And I sort of like slump down, like not in the stable, the empty stable, but like just outside with Bobby between my legs, and I go, Zephyr, Amber, join me. Like to sort of just keep them within my area, and I'm holding 2 carrots at this point, just so that it persuades them to come over. Hopefully.
All right.
And
Alright.
Galax, thank you.
Yes. No worries. And I sort of just hold them here.
Okie doke. So the horses are just continuing, you know, like kind of like friendly bickering. You can tell, like they aren't really upset with each other, but they're just kind of like teasing each other, and you can overhear them doing this, Galax, and the whole time Bobby's just sitting on the ground, like looking back and forth as one speaks.
And
I just want to just rub him on the head.
Did he just call one of the horses Zephyr?
Are you going to find the mum?
Yeah, the mum.
All right,
The mum.
so
Mum's the word.
I hate y'all so much. So as you leave the stables, you know that they have the garden around the side of the house, and as you reach the garden where they grow their wheat and their other products to put into their bread, their carrots for their horses and their straw and everything, you see a very like frizzled haired, but it looks like curly at the same time. It just looks like they've been out in humid weather the whole time. And you see an elf working like you see an elf just sitting there like harvesting all the crops, slowly cutting the wheat sheaths and picking some cabbage and just putting it in a sack over her shoulder. And she doesn't seem to really notice you too much, and she just seems to be really focused on getting their job done.
Need a hand. It's been a while since I've been.
She looks up. She goes, "Oh, Gabriella, thank God you couldn't have come at a sooner date. Thank you so much." Yes, and she throws the whole sack, and it immediately you can feel like 60 pounds of weight just added to you. She's like, "Please, can you take that inside? Just give it to Essen or Vlastimir. Sorry, not Essen. Essen's gone. Vlastimir, and please bring it back. That's all I need. I'll be here."
Okay, I'm not that tall or strong, but okay.
And she just slowly goes back to cutting more of the crops and trying to replant as much as she can, hoping to get another harvest before the season is out.
Alright, I'm just gonna take this weight and put it inside and give it to Vlastimir.
All right. As you go into Vlastimir, you can kind of see him sitting at the table and just like it seems to be like writing in a little book, a little ledger of sorts of like sales and such. What are you doing when he comes in, Rosalind?
I'm actually kind of like kicking the bottom of the door with my foot, just like as like a knock, because this thing's so freaking heavy for me.
You hear Vlastimir? Oh! Could you get that, please, dear?
Okay, so I'm gonna open the door. See just Gabriella holding like this giant.
Rosalind, you're about to give me too much. You're about to give me too much.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it from Gabriella.
Okay. God, my hair was getting worse out there.
Oh my.
Oh.
All right, he's and you hear Vlastimir just go, if you could set it over there, and he points to the corner of the room around where Finn is laying at, but it's about 5 to 10 feet away from Finn's resting spot.
I'm gonna carry it over. Gabriella, I would think you'd be used to this by now.
I hunt deer. I don't carry. Unless it's my teammates on my back, but that's a different story.
Well, what about carrying your catches?
Well, I've been doing this amazing trick. What I do is I stab it with my arrow, tie it to a rope, and I drag it. Ingenious, no? I think it's rather brilliant.
All right.
No.
As you guys are talking about this, you hear another knock at the door, and Vlastimir just goes, come in. And as you see this man enter the door, you see this very skinny, scrawny-looking man, very tall for his height, maybe about 6'5", but he has a very deep white, well, not deep white, but very bright white beard, and scraggly looking hair just falling off the back of his head, and he seems to be tattered clothes and all this. He's just like, yes, have you seen a small creature around? It has small wings, looks very demented too. Pale face, dark eyes. Do you guys know where I can find her? And Vladimir sits there
Sorry.
for a second thinking, and he's like, Gabriella, Rosalind, is he talking about your little friend that you brought along with you?
I don't believe so.
He,
Who are you anyway? And why have you come here just asking?
he looks around. He's like, you can call me Grant. I don't.
Gran.
Yes, I'm Grant. Hello, hi, nice to meet you. I just really need to talk to this
Grant's a little
creature, if you don't
You're not from
mind.
around here, though.
Yeah, but
Are you?
he looks around, he looks up, down, and he just goes, I'm kind of from around here. If you could,
Really? From where?
he kind of
I'm
scratches
sorry.
his head a little bit.
Without any identification, I will not lead you to anything.
I told you my name. Is that not an identification?
No.
No.
He kind of looks around. He's like, fine. I live in a small hut in the woods.
Oh, you're a hut person. I've heard of these.
Jabba.
May I ask, say we do know this person, what kind of thing do you have to say to them? Because you can perfectly say it to us.
It's probably something of sensitive matter,
Hmm.
and they might not want to tell others.
But see, we don't know who you are, so...
I
I'm not
know,
leaving
this
you
is why
alone
I'm
with my
here. I
friend,
really need to find them as fast as possible.
But I'm not
Well-
leaving you alone with my friend, either.
You see him kind of look at you. He's like,
This is the deal. Take it or leave it.
so you guys might have ran into a creature not too long ago, right? When
Describe this
you were walking
creature.
into town, kind of looks like a overgrown hyena on two legs.
Maybe, maybe not.
He's like, God. Can you roll me a deception check?
I love it. I love how spicy everyone's being. They're just like, no, no.
As he's like doing like this, I think she's literally
21!
like, yo, let's go.
He looks at you. He's like, listen, I know it was on the road. I don't know exactly where. I'm pretty sure if you guys ran by, you might have seen it. I don't know. I need to cover all bearings. It's kind of a very important subject, and if I don't tell them soon, other things might start happening.
Well, we're still gonna say it to all of us. So
That's fine. I just need them here first.
What do you think, Gabriella?
Maybe we should talk to them all together somewhere more private. So as not to
Probably.
and I whisper, so as not to just disturb your father. No, I don't want. I'm not sure if your father knows Celestial or not. So I'm just whispering to you specifically. It's like just so your father doesn't get concerned either.
Shall we go out back?
Yes, I believe we should.
He
He
looks at you and says, "Is out back where you might find this creature?"
Maybe, but if you try anything funny, I will take you out.
Oh, the only thing funny about me is it's my jokes, and they're not even very much laughed at. I'll be honest.
tell me a joke and I will shoot you with an arrow.
He's like, I will try not to then.
Mm.
Anyways, can we please continue?
Okay, I guess. And I lead him out back.
All right, as you lead him out back, he kind of peers. You guys lead him around, And you can see the mom kind of like tracing you guys as you guys pass by, and she looks at Gabriella and kind of gives like a motion of like the bag, like where the bag is and everything, trying to figure out if you can bring it back.
And I'm just like, sorry, one second, darling.
And she also like gives a motion for like hair and kind of points to him and like shrugs a little bit.
Oh yeah, no. See, I'm gonna explain in like the worst, like kind of like hand signing style. So it's like there is a hut in the woods, and there are trees and stuff. And along the journey, there's a two-standing hyena, and now he wants to talk to a friend. Okay.
That is not
you.
sign language. I will tell you that much. Right
I know. This is what Gabriella would do.
Walking past my mother?
You're walking around because the garden is fenced in, but you can see your mom. Yes.
And also, your daughter is here, right here.
I'm gonna go up to the fence and like say, we'll explain it later. Just then keep going.
All right. So
What?
as
My
you
explanation not good enough.
No.
as you guys track these guys around, this guy around to the stable. Yes, Galax.
Do I see them?
Oh, you see them as they are coming up, but not very long before. It's like maybe 10-15 seconds before they're like right up on top of you.
I would just like to quickly just sort of just stand up, and because obviously I would assume my spell is still kind of active, but it's on,
Yeah,
like,
it lasts for an hour, I believe. So your spell's still active.
I go Amber, Zypher, just don't turn around, and I sort of just like shove a carrot into their mouths so they
Mhm.
can't speak. And I get Hana's head and turn Hana's head around, and I'm like, and I look at Hana and I'm like, we got some company. And Bobby at this point is like climbing up my back because he's a little worried as well. So I've got Bobby on my back.
He looks around as he approaches, and he kind of inspects each one of you, and he points to Hana. He says, that one, that was the one, that was the creature I was talking about.
And I go,
It's like, whoa,
with my
and
dagger.
as you pull out your daggers, he like kind of tilts his head, looking at your hands. He's like, ooh.
Pull out my
Well-
bow instantly. It's like,
well, get on me.
explain.
I sort of
Get
put
on
my
with the
arm in front
answer.
of Hana at this point.
What did you
like,
want
to sort
to
of, like,
say?
take her a bit.
He's
We
like,
don't have all day, you know.
he's like, yeah, that might have been me, and he points to the mark where the knoll bit you. And he's like, I just wanted to apologize for that, and to tell you that you might need to come with me for a
Are
little.
you
At
the
this,
knoll?
at this point, I've grabbed Hana and I'm putting her on my shoulder.
Are
He,
you the
allow
knoll?
Hana.
he looks back. He's like,
I will
well,
allow
you see, that's where it gets a little complicated. I didn't lie to you guys. I do live in a hut in the woods, but
Yes,
You
you're
s-
very hut-like.
you see, I hunt on a daily basis, right? And to get my food, I sometimes run into creatures in the night. And well, when I went to fight one of the gnolls that were fighting me for my catch, I took quite a ferocious bite, and he pulls back his sleeve, and you could just see like a hunk of flesh ripped out, and it looks scarred over, but you can kind of see the bone like through the scar and such. And he's like, and
No doctor, but that doesn't look good.
it hasn't caused me any problems yet. He said, but the next few nights afterwards, I started sweating really bad, and I started waking up in places that I didn't notice. And I also
Werewolf.
started to stay awake at night in these kind of hallucinatory states, and noticed that my body changed a little too.
So you said hallucinatory states. What do you remember?
Pretty much what I told you. I mean, I remember a hunger. I remember heat. Some noises in my head, a loud screeching sound. And I remembered your face in specific, and he points to Hana. He's like, and I needed to track you down in case
Is
something
there
bad
a
happened.
way to cure this?
He's like, oh, yeah. It doesn't really affect everyone the same. from what I've heard, I've met a few other gnolls like me, but I think that we might want to go talk to them and be safe about it.
Is there anything else you can explain to us? Because we don't have a lot of time to hear for this.
There's not a lot I can explain. I mean, it's kind of this weird trait that some people actually kind of worship around the circles that I'm in. I don't particularly enjoy it. It makes me feel hungover in the morning, you see, and affects my aim. But
I put my daggers away.
He's like, I feel as if this continues for much longer, that your party might not be able to let's just say be seen at nighttime around cities.
Okay. How far is this? How far is your hut from here?
Oh,
Or this area?
it's just a few minutes into the woods. We could be there in no time at all. I can.
While
Secure
everyone's
with the
talking,
other
I'm gonna
people?
take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nancy.
Oh, I was saying, will we find the other people so that we can potentially have a cure for this?
We have a few home remedies that we've been messing around with, and we really want to see if it works at all.
So you're
While they're all-
testing it on our friend then.
Well,
At
I
this
mean,
point-
the fact of the matter
You
is that
tested it yourself though.
the
While
fact
they're
of the matter is that
talking,
it doesn't work on
can I-
us, but we have noticed a little bit of regression, but I think that is just too far along for us to cure.
I'm gonna tap Galax and like have him kind of put me down.
I
I'm gonna
just
pull out a silver piece.
What are you doing with the silver piece?
I'm gonna walk up to this man. Does he have
I'm
any
following
exposed
behind
skin?
very closely. By the way.
What'd you say?
Does he have any exposed skin?
He has very tattered clothing, so in between the holes you can see like his skin, and then of course his hands
I'm
and feet
gonna
are
push
exposed.
the silver into an exposed hole.
Okay, are you just letting go of it, or
No,
are you
I'm
just
just, like,
letting it happen?
Like,
Okay.
pushing it into.
So
him
as you
and, like,
push
seeing if
in,
this-
nothing really happens. You just feel it imprint a little bit, and then as you release it, you see the imprint of the coin, and it's really red, but it slowly just kind of forms over, and then it acts like nothing has happened.
Okay.
Well, Hana, what do you want to do? Do you want to try their home remedies or?
I could go with Hana,
Anna's
but
having some anxiety.
Oh, we're all going with Hana if they're going.
we're all going.
All right.
But
At this point,
the
I'm
question is,
screw it.
does Hana want to try it?
He looks around. He said, "There's definitely a chance that you just don't get affected at all."
Can I see an insight? Can I do an insight check just to see if he's like deceiving or anything?
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
anything else he's leaving out?
Go ahead and roll me insight.
Oh, I almost just knocked over my coffee. Huh?
I am starting to get more progressively angry at this point. By the way.
Mhm.
But you're already angry.
Got it.
And
A 10? He doesn't seem to
Yeah.
be lying. He seems to be telling the truth as much as you're aware of.
okay.
If we find out that this isn't true or you cause harm to our friend, there's going to be repercussions.
He looks around. He said, "I'm sure you've told by now that I don't have much time left anyways. So, I mean, the repercussions, I mean, I'm already on my way out. I'm willing to take these risks."
So you're already dying.
I mean, he points to his hair and his beard. He's like, I wouldn't say dying, but I mean, like,
Oh, you look like death. I'm just saying.
well, yes,
Wow, that's-
hunting's been a little scarce recently. And he like, kind of pats his stomach.
I at this point would like to grab him by the throat,
All right.
and I am gonna lift him up.
Roll me
just so he's
strength.
off from his feet.
To be fair, I was going to pin him against the wall.
That was the plan, and then Hana started walking forward.
So either way, one of us was going to attack this guy.
I'm actually insane. Natural 20 again. I'm
All
actually
right.
insane.
So as you grab him and throw him against the wall, you kind of hear the
Died.
of the stable kind of like cracking under
no,
the force that you throw
him
it.
against the wall. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said you were pinning him against the wall.
Because
Oh,
Hana's in
I
front
see
of
what-
him.
he's gonna
Oh,
pin
pulling him up.
like-
So as you
Yeah.
grab him by the throat and pull him up, you hear him kind of like gasping for the air a little bit and like being short of breath. And he just. What are you
And I
doing
go-
with him?
Listen very, very carefully. Our friend here put it very lightly for you in saying that we would sort you out. But I'm not as nice. I think everyone around me knows that, and now you do too. I'm trying to really intimidate him at this point. And I say,
He
"You
went
do
to jail.
anything to my little friend, you'll be the size of that little friend. Because I'm gonna grab you and I am gonna mold you into the same size, so you become a teddy bear for my little friend down here."
You roll me
I'm looking up at
intimidation
him
with
going like this.
disadvantage.
I'm just
Wait,
like going,
disadvantage?
Yeah, it wasn't very
Uh-huh.
intimidating to me.
I mean, I'm in the background like, he went to jail. He will mess you up.
If you're helping, then yeah. Regular roll.
regular no.
15.
Regular no.
15. He goes, okay,
Wait, no,
let go.
wait, no, 17, sorry.
He's like, just let go, and like he's like just trying to grab your hand and rip it away from his throat.
At this point, I sort of like just like grab my other hand and I've got him by the I guess the rags of him, and I'm like, and I sort of like release my hand. And I'm like, so we're clear.
He looks at you. He's like, I wasn't lying this whole time. Just want to make sure that nobody else turns out like me. And he like raises his other arm out, and you can kind of see the fur that is still matted down, like morphed into his skin a little bit.
I sort of like slowly start putting him down, and I go, good. And I sort of like, not like slap him to hurt him, but I sort of like do slap him on the head in the sense of like, you've been warned.
As you drop him, he kind of falls to his knees. He goes, how can we go? Please.
Yeah.
Hana?
See, Hana's the nice one out of all of us.
I'm gonna look up. What's up?
Do you want to go or not?
I'm just looking. Look at my hand.
I'm nice when I
It
want to
do
be.
be
I'm
hurty a
protective
little
right
bit.
now.
I'm just gonna shake my head. I'm not a very talkative one.
I'm sort of just gonna go like, I'm gonna go like this, as in like a gesture. Do you want to go on my shoulder? And I'm like, okay. And I sort of just go, Bobby, because obviously Bobby's not on my. There's no way I'd have done that with Bobby on my back. So I'm like, Bobby, come on. And like I hold him, instead of carrying him, I hold him by the hand, and I'm like, we gotta go somewhere. And I go, come on then, show us.
Bless you,
Bless you.
Hana.
Thank you.
Bless you.
All right, so as you guys start traversing through the woods, he kind of like is just talking. He's like, so this has been happening for about 3 months for me now. I've gotten a little used to it, and I can even kind of control it a little bit, by the way. And you see him like his hand kind of morph into a paw, and then back. He's like, it really hurts to do it in the daytime, but it's something that I have found interesting and possible if you spend enough time with it. He's like, my jokes aren't even that bad. But anyways, the others have, let's say, made a full transformation. And we don't really see any way to turn it back. And this is just kind of a test that we want to see if we're on the right track. And if it cures you, then I feel like it's a risk worth taking. And
Do you have any medical training whatsoever?
he looks at you. He said, well, yes, I worked in the town down the way that you guys came from, I'm assuming. Groveland, I used to work over there for a while. I worked with a good friend of mine named Pinkson. I don't know if you guys know him, but I worked with him for a little
And
bit.
I look up, I go, tincture.
He looks at, he's like, yes, him. He
The
was
eccentric one.
He was kind of a loose cannon. I couldn't really keep working. He like stammers a little bit. He's like, "Oh," and he like pushes you guys to the side, and he like brushes the leaves aside, and you guys can see a snare that he has set up. He's like, "Almost forgot about that bad boy," and he just kind of pushes you guys over. He's like, "All right, so, anyways." I worked with him for a little bit, and he's a little bit of a loose cannon. He decided to take riskier options, but as you can tell, I've kind of picked up a little something from him on this, just because, like, desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess.
Riskier options, and yet you're the one that got transformed.
Listen, I didn't get transformed from my alchemical solutions, okay? I got transformed by other means. So you'll bear with me when I say that I did the best I could on such short notice. And as you guys...
As we get...
Yeah?
Sorry. As we get closer, like you said, it's only a couple minutes into the woods, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
As we get closer, I
15,
do...
20.
Okay, like about like 5-ish minutes into it, I do want to cast Primeval Awareness, and then just like get a lay of the land. Like it's a 1 mile radius of, kind of anything in sight of the creatures, essentially.
Does it tell you? Hold on, let me make sure that gnolls are not fiends.
Let me see exactly. Primeval Awareness. I know it's like Fey, Fiends.
Fae
Aberrations,
fiends.
celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
All right.
That is, yeah.
You notice one kind of source of like something that procs your awareness in particular. You can't quite tell what it is, and it's very far off, you know, like almost half a mile into the woods and to the like forward and to the right of where you guys are traveling. But it's nowhere near you, and walking for you know 10 more minutes won't get you to where the undead is. It'll bring you closer, but it won't put you like anywhere close to where like the undead should be a threat to you at that time.
Okay. All right. Cool. I just wanted to make sure.
He's like, all right, so when we get there, there'll be a couple of things that we need to test on you to be safe, just to make sure, because there are certain. By the way, do you have any allergies, stuff that just makes your body go weird? By the way, and he like points to Hana. He's like, nothing. Okay. Just making sure. Anyways, we do have a weird concoction of a couple berries around here, some nightshade, a couple of the mushrooms, and then we also have some fluids from different creatures around that we'll have to have you try to make sure that it's all good and dandy. All right.
Creatures.
He's like, oh yeah. So we took some extract from some of the gnolls around to try and help counteract the source, you know, so to say. And this is the same formula that I said helped regress some of our people that have fully developed. They started growing backwards in time from what their current gnoll state is. Some of them have their finger back, some of them have just a couple nails, but it seems to work a little bit on them. So if you could just bear with me, hopefully it'll work completely on you, since you have well, let's just say the very early stages of the hindrance. Yeah.
At this point, can I have my light hammer out with my piercing hammerhead on it?
Okay.
And can I sort of like be like not dropping it, but sort of like swinging it back and forth, and like it will hit the ground, but like not to the point where I'm dropping it. Like,
Yeah.
Just sort of, you know, just have a little bit more of a presence.
Yeah.
There.
You hear the as you like start hitting the underbrush of the forest that you guys are passing through, and you see his ears kind of perk up every time you do that, and he just goes, could you stop that, please?
I sort of go, fine, and I put my light hammer away. I get out my bladerang and I start chucking it in the air and catching it.
He seems to be a lot more okay with that, and he just continues down. As you guys approach his cabin, you see this old, really shoddily made. It looks like the wood is rotting, and it's a one-person cabin, barely big enough to hold a bed and a table. And it seems that the door is all, like kind of rusted and falling off of its hinges a little bit. And he slowly pulls it open. He's like, in here. And he like kind of motions you guys to come in. And as he closes the door behind you, he's like, all right, which one of these was it? Which one of these? And he's like feeling around on the table, trying to figure out which of the books that he placed down to pick. He's like, this one. And he lightly pulls it out, and then he goes and he sets it over on his bed, and then he reaches under his bed, and you guys hear, and then his bed slowly shifts to the side, and underneath you see like a little trap door under it. And he opens it up. He's like, all right, so down here is probably where we would want to go, just to make sure that nobody else can find us, if you don't mind.
You want us to do it down in a cellar?
He looks around. He's like, yes, it's very important.
I don't trust him.
Can
Insight check.
Yeah,
Please.
I was gonna say,
All right.
can I try and figure out why he wants us to go there?
Go ahead. You can
cellar
ask that, but
dark?
go ahead and roll an insight check. What'd you say,
Okay.
Hana?
I'm gonna roll
Is
it
the
too.
cellar
but-
dark?
The cellar's well lit. You can tell that it's very well lit and that it has like lanterns and torches up down there. You can't quite tell what the light source is, but you can see the light flooding out.
Did you get another nat 20, Angry?
Yes. I'm not even like taking like the piss. I'm being genuinely
So,
serious.
so as you guys are like looking at him, trying to figure out if he's telling the truth and like anything, he doesn't seem to be lying, and he seems very noticeably fearful for like something that might show up when you guys start doing these experiments. he starts looking out his windows and like closing them, and he locks the very shoddily made door.
I'll slowly start going in. I'm gonna pull both of my daggers back out though.
All right. He's like, very, very well, very well. Are you guys coming down with us, or are you staying up here?
You three go. Anything that goes through this door, I'll shoot it right away.
All right. So
And I sort of go, don't miss. I mean it. Like in like a genuine like strong tone. Like I'm not pissing about. I'm like, please, please, because obviously I'm gonna just follow.
I'm going to gently kick him as he's going down the stairs, but not enough force to like make him fall.
He kind of Grant kind of chuckles when you do this. I remember when I was in that kind of stage, and he like slowly follows you all down the ladder, going to his cellar, and he closes it behind him. He's like, be very, very quiet, and he slowly closes it, and you hear the click, and then you also hear another clunk as it closes.
I'm gonna hide it back to where like the way that he did it.
You're shoving the bed back as you try to
shove it back.
roll me a strength check. Roll me strength.
Damn it. Okay. All right.
I am
I got a +0, so you know.
creeped about this.
This
You're
will be
what?
A 17.
I am
Yeah.
creeped about this this cellar. I don't know if I feel good about it yet.
As you push the bed, it kind of gives you a lot of resistance, but slowly you hear, and you start moving it across the floor, and you hear it scraping across the floor as you move it. And after you get it all the way there, you hear like a weird as it clicks into place, and then you also see the book fly closed on the bed.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna hide. Like if there's some cover that I can hide.
You can hide
Fine.
under the bed, but other than that, there's like the table that could give you like half cover.
I think I'll half cover.
Okay.
But I'll have my bow like ready and aimed at the door just in case. Because like if he's
Alright.
fearful about it, then I want to be ready for it.
All right. So as you guys descend down into the cellar, it takes a few rungs of the ladder. It's maybe 10 or 15 feet down, and you notice like it to be very, very much like a warmer environment. But you can't tell if it's from fire or if it's just like magical purposes coming around. But you notice that the temperature does rise as you descend lower and lower. And when you get to the bottom, it's a very comfy, very homely feeling inside, and you see the floor is just stone bricks, and along the sides of the wall are all bricked up as well, and you see the wooden struts supporting everything up, and you see a small table with what seems to be a lot of scribblings and scrolls all spread out among it, and then as you walk forward, there's a little hallway to the right. Where do you guys want to go?
Is he still leading us?
He was the last one down because he told Gabriella to be quiet. Do you want to wait for him to get all the way down or
So
no?
we don't have any idea which direction he wants us to take,
All right. I
I'll
was just
still
making
wait.
sure.
right?
I'm starting to really concentrate now. Like, just
all right.
concentrate.
As he walks forward, he's like, "Oh, thank the Lord!" And you see him slowly reach down and flip one of the rocks open, and then like briskly cut a wire.
I
It looks
figured
like,
there was
and
traps.
puts it down. It's like, thank God. Okay. This way. And he's like, all right. So if you guys would take a seat over in this hallway, and you see the hallway has like a bunch of chairs along the side, and then the hallway goes down and opens up into what looks like a bigger chamber with a weird pedestal coming up out of the floor. And he's like, I'll be right with you. I just have to look at a few things.
Trap any of the chairs?
What?
Did you trap any of the chairs?
He like sits there and scratches a little bit. He's like, I don't know why I would trap my chairs, but all right. Anyways,
Are there any more traps in here? that
there
we should be
are a
aware
few
of?
more traps, but not if you just sit in the chairs.
I sit Bobby in the chair and I'll sit on the floor.
Bobby,
How many chairs are like,
there's about
sit on the
seven
floor?
chairs just lay all up against the wall of the hallway. They're just very, very simple wooden chairs. Some of them have a
It's
few
like-
cuts in them. Some of them have a few, like, rotted holes, but the chairs are very simple.
I'm still very focused, sitting.
I'm gonna walk over to Galax.
All right.
You'll look up at Galax.
As you guys go into the hallway, you see him go towards the table with the scribblings, and you just hear him, like, muttering to himself, looking through the scribblings, trying to find out which one he needs.
I sort of look at Hana, still completely zoned out because I'm so focused, and I'm sort of just like I'm looking at Hana, but you can tell that I'm not going to say anything. I'm just there, and I sort of just lean forward because obviously, and I sort of lean forward.
I'm gonna grab Galax's face and bring him in close so he can finally hear me.
I sort of just, I let it happen, and I'm
Yeah.
still just completely out of it. I'm so focused at the moment. I'm just, tunnel
Kill.
vision.
And I look at the dude. Look up at Galax. Kill.
I'm sort of just gonna without losing focus, I just go no, and just move back like that, but still very focused and stern. And then
We get it, you're focused.
And then when Hana looks at me after I say no, and she's gone a bit annoyed, I look at her
I'm
and
gonna
I go,
break your focus.
I go, I sort of do break my focus and just go, not yet, like that, and starting to get really annoyed.
And then around the hallway you hear, aha! This one. And he like, you hear it, and he like sticks it under his arm. He's like, follow me. And he like slowly shifts through the hallway. And you see him just hitting his hand on a couple of different walls very precariously. Like, he doesn't seem to be deactivating anything. The stones don't move, but he's just like hitting different stones on the walls. And it seems very precise and very, very important to him to do this.
I will tell Galax one last thing. I'll go. Signal. And then I kind of just walk away.
Towards Grant or away from him?
Towards the pedestal. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, Grant's
Signal
going towards the
and-
pedestal.
And go like this with my dagger.
Okay.
I look to Bobby, and I go, making sure that Bobby's listening as well. And I just nod. I nod like
I
this, and I
walk
pick up
over
Bobby on my
and I-
back, and we follow.
All
I
right.
sit on the pedestal and I'm just like,
He's like, all right. And as you guys enter this room, you see a pretty big looking room with like a giant pedestal with very like 3 rings rising up at each tier in the middle. And in the center, it's probably just about a foot up, and there's a little markings engraved around it. One of which you guys do notice, and it's the same eye that you've been seeing everywhere, but it doesn't seem to be the centerpiece. There's a centerpiece of like just a giant ring of like lightning, it looks like, or going around it, kind of like, you know how you see objective-based things on your map? It looks kind of like those rings, and then in between each of those spikes, you see one of these symbols, and one of them is that eye that you guys have been seeing everywhere. And he's like, all right, so if you'll, oh shit, where did I put that chair? And he looks around, he's like, oh yes. And he goes back behind another room, and he pulls out a chair. He's like, if you could just sit in this right here, I will grab and mix up the tincture in front of you guys, just so you guys could, make sure that nothing is, tampered with. All right? And he goes and he grabs all of the materials, and he slowly pulls them out and sets them on a table right next to the pedestal that Hana is now sitting on. And you see him like mushing up some flowers into it, pouring some different various liquids in. And he sniffs it a little bit. He goes, something's missing. He's like, ah! And you see him go back, and he comes back with like one little sprig of leaf, and he slowly throws the sprig in, and it bubbles up a little bit, and then the flask changes colors from like a weird greenish color to a very muted orange, to where like it is very dull looking. And he goes, and he takes his like one small sip. He's like, that is the correct concoction. And he looks at you. He says, "Are you ready?"
Can I sort of look to Rosalind?
I look at.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was
No,
saying,
you
can I
go.
look to Rosalind and I sort of like I'm not like pointing it out, but my eyes like darting towards where the eye. You said about the eye picture that we
Yeah,
all
I
keep
saw
seeing.
it too.
I'm sort of like darting my eyes towards it, and I'm like, could be interesting. I'm sort of like doing it through my teeth. I'm like, this could get a bit interesting, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Grant,
And I sort of
Grant's
like
not
get my.
looking at us, is he? He's looking at Hana.
He's looking at Hana. Yes.
I sort of
Okay.
like take my battle axe out in one hand now at this point because I couldn't cast because someone was distracting me. So I've now got my battle axe in my hand and obviously shield because it's stuck to my arm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So-
gonna crack my knuckles.
All right.
I,
He hears you crack your knuckles. He goes, "Oh well."
I look and I.
And he looks over
I-
and he sees you guys like wielding your weapons. He's like, "Now what's going on here?"
Why don't
I
you
tell-
explain that?
I'm.
Yeah,
looking at him
he's
and
like,
I,
you mean the eye on the pedestal here?
Yes.
What about it?
I want you to explain it now.
It's one of the many organizations that they say run the current empire.
Gonna
I
hold
want
both
you to
daggers
explain
in
it
one
now
and
more than just that.
try to
He
grab.
looks kind of confused. He's like,
Grab
well,
the potion,
you
the concoction.
he gives you the concoction. He's like, now go slow. Don't take it
set
all
it
in one
down.
gulp.
I set it down on the pedestal, and I'm gonna get on all fours, kind of very primally, and I'm gonna like look at it and like inspect it really good, and then I'm gonna look over it and sniff it.
All
and I
right.
dip my dagger tip in it and like kind of put it on the pedestal, see if it does anything.
Okay, so as you sniff it, the first thing you notice is it smells very earthy. Like it smells like dirt. Wet dirt is just entering your nostrils and filling the whole entire cavity. And then as you're inspecting it, you notice just a few like bubbles pop up every now and then, but no bigger than like, maybe a little gnat or so. And it just seems carbonated is probably the best way to put it. It seems a little slightly carbonated. As you dip your dagger in and put it on the pedestal, nothing really seems to happen. But as he looks at you and he looks back to the eye, he's like, this is the symbol for an old city that is no more. Sad to say. And he starts pointing to the other symbols. He's like, I'm sure you noticed this one, and he points to a symbol very clearly like wheat sheaths coming up with a scythe around him. He's like, I'm sure you noticed this symbol. People in your town seem to worship this god, and you notice it as the symbol of your god Demeter that you and your family typically worship. And he kind of looks at his wrist, and he looks over at Galax. He's like, come here real quick, lad. He like motions over to him.
I sort of
I
like
stand up on the
twirl my
pedestal.
thing in my hand. Sorry.
All right.
No.
no.
While that's happening and you guys are doing that, I'm gonna stand up on the pedestal and I'm gonna look at Galax, kind of like see if he can like look over the shoulder and like, but not like let him notice, And I'm gonna just go like, and I'm gonna.
And I
grab the
sort of
potion.
just like slow nod, but I'm gonna go up to.
He's like, can I see your arm real quick?
I sort of. Which arm?
The
The
arm
one
that
with the
doesn't have
shield.
the one that doesn't have the
Right.
shield.
Oh, okay.
And I sort of, I'm not gonna. I sort of like put my battle axe on my back because that's where my bag is, and I sort of. I sort of like gesture my hand like this, but my shield is at an angle that if I wanted to take his eye out, I could.
Okay.
Like I'm sort
He-
of gesturing my arm.
He like kind of puts your hand guarded from Rosalind, and he says, "This here," and he points to the emblem that when you woke from your dream you had on your wrist, the green scythe with vials. He's like, "This here, also on this," and he points over to the ring, and you see the symbol on the pedestal. He's like,
As he turns around and sees me standing up in this pose, I go, "Ah!" And I'm going to, in the first time ever in Celestial, I'm going to scream the word for light and cast it on the potion and chuck it at him.
You cast light on the potion and chuck it at him?
On the potion and try to like hit
Can
him
I
in the face
can I
with it.
see? Can I obviously see this and grab the arm so he can't move? So it gives
Grab
advantage?
grab whose arm?
Grant. whatever
Grant,
his
because
name
obviously
is.
he's turned around. So like, at this point, I've sort of grabbed him by the shoulder so he can't move. Does that
Yep.
give advantage?
It won't give advantage on the attack because I mean he already had stealth on him. He didn't know that this was gonna go on, so you already have advantage on the attack. Go ahead and roll me attack ranged attack with advantage.
Okay. 17 and a 19 plus 4, I'm assuming, for dex. So
Mhm.
19, 23.
All right, so that hits. Go ahead and roll me damage, which would be a D4, I think, for improvised
4, I would
plus
assume, for, yeah.
plus your dex modifier.
Okay. 2 plus 2, so 4. 2 plus 2 is 4 minus
I
4.
hate it. So you see it and it crashes against the back of his head and he like stumbles forward, but you like hold him up with his arm. He's like, God damn it! What was that for?
Is he having a hard time seeing with the potion being a bright light for 20 feet?
As you throw the potion and it breaks, the light bounces off and it follows one of the glass shards. So he's not having any trouble seeing. Light doesn't blind him. He's able to see perfectly fine. But he just
And
like stumbles forward and you can see noticeably like a big spot of blood dripping down his back.
I am going to, for the first time that you hear me speak this many words, I'm going to kick your glass. And I cast hideous laughter on him.
All right.
I'm still holding him, by the way, at this point.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast hideous laughter. What do you have to do for that? Is it a saving?
Yeah, you must succeed on a wisdom save or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand for the duration.
What is your save DC?
12.
12. All right, he fails. As you cast hideous laughter, you see him just go. He like tries to grab the back of his head, and he slowly is like you just holding him up by the arm as he's like trying to fall down and laugh. He's like squirming in your grasp, trying to get free.
Trap!
I sort of go, oh, one quick bicep curl, and then I put him down.
All right. And now he
I'm
is
running
prone and bleeding on the ground.
I'm running in. As I run in, I'm gonna run in, toss, because I was two-handing my daggers. I'm gonna grab it, flip him around, run in, jump onto him. I'm gonna stab him with both of my daggers, 2-weapon attack.
Can I grab Hana before she stabs him?
Wanna dex
Yeah.
roll me?
Yeah, go ahead and do dex roll for both of y'all against each other.
A dex
I hate to
roll.
break it to you. You got
I
two
don't really
chaotics in
like
the room with you, Azzy. You got two chaotics in the room with you.
Stop. No. Stop it.
17.
17.
I got 12.
All right. So as Rosalind goes forward and tries to catch you, you kind of duck under her hand and jump up and just start trying to plow your daggers in. Go ahead and roll me damage because you can't really fight back.
Can you hear like the scuffle
that's-
that's going on? At all?
No,
Or is it
you
way
can't
too
hear
far?
anything. It's 15
Okay.
feet below the ground, and it's
Okay.
only one way to come out. So you don't
Alright.
really
Is
hear
my
any of this
offhand
going on.
always a D4, or does it get halved or something?
I believe it's the same, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's 1d4 plus 4 for each dagger. So.
Yeah.
A 2, which is a 6, and a 1, which is a 5. So 11. 11 piercing.
All right. What do you do?
Oh god.
As I slide under. This is so bad. I'm sorry. As I slide under Rosalind, I'm gonna do as you said. I'm gonna jump up and come down, and I literally like land my feet in his gut to kind of get him to, and I slam my daggers between the ribs. As a person of the nature area, I know that in between some of the higher ribs are not too good for creatures. So I go and I between like rib 2 and 3.
As you
Bye-bye.
do this, you see his face kind of like start contorting, and it goes into a null form, and then it comes back. He goes, and it comes back, and then he's like, "What? What are you doing?" He's like, "Good luck. Hopefully you fare better than me." And he like lets out a dying gasp, and he
Can I
slowly rolls
hold him
back.
as he
0
gasps?
hit point.
He's at 0, yes.
I'm
I
gonna
will hold
spare
him
the,
as he
spare the
gasps.
dying.
Yeah.
All right. You cast Spare the Dying on him, which I think
That's
just
my
stabilizes
cantrip.
him. I think
Yeah,
it
it
just
stabilizes
stabilizes.
from dying. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's still
like,
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not dying anymore. He's just
Yeah.
stable.
I would like to.
I hold up my hand. I just look up at everyone and
I start going yes, and then I like draw my back again, and I'm like, Rosalind, you need to give me a reason.
I look.
Thaumaturgy, I'm gonna boom my voice. Put those down now. Because we need to find out what's going on and why we're here in the first place.
Am I
Drop
intimidated
it.
by this at all?
I'm gonna resheathe my daggers and just be like,
Am I intimidated by this at all?
It's thaumaturgy, so it's
It-
booming voice.
it's just a booming voice. Go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage, Rosalind, and Galax. Roll me a charisma.
Cat! Stop pressing buttons! Stop it! Stop it!
Oh,
dude, I don't know. I
only
just
got
didn't
9.
trust him, dude.
I only got a 9, dude.
Just didn't trust
Well,
him.
so 16 plus 2, 18.
Yeah.
All right.
And I sort of just, I didn't put it back.
cat roll.
All right. All
That
right.
works.
Alright.
As he's sitting there comatose, he can't do much. What do you guys want to do while he's out?
I cast floating disc, and I am going to literally empty his entire house. Every one of those bottles and potions and mixtures and things he used to mix them, and like anything potion related of that area, I'm gonna like put it all on my disc along with him.
All
I
right.
would like to look
And,
around
Does he
and
have-
try and find
Do
anything.
we see any healing items in his house?
You see a couple
potion?
pre-made potions. You see like a couple red potions. You see a couple blue ones, and a few more like green and various colors. But you can't quite tell what the properties are. It doesn't seem like he labels any of them, and he just kind of keeps it in his head of what each flask does. But on the shelves of his alchemy station around the back, where he went to go get the reagents, you is where you find like all these cabinets full of the reagents that Hana's thrown on the disc now, and there's also the shelf with all the various colors of the rainbow potions that he has back then there.
I'm scurrying as fast as I can. I'm just going, come. I'm putting everything on. I'm kind of like dragging his body, looking up at a Galax.
All right.
I'm holding up his arms, and I drop him to go like, "Are you gonna help me?" And they just go thud. Like, oh, God. I pick him back up.
I sort of like look at Iron and I'm like, I'll sort him out. You collect the stuff. It's fine. Keep going. And I'm like,
Drop the
This
arms
is
again.
not
Thud.
fine. This is a
Right.
disaster.
I'm
You two
putting
are an
everything on.
absolute mess.
I sort of pick up the body. And I'm like, Rosalind, I need to keep her happy. So what do you want me to do? I'm like sort of doing it at the point where like Hana's
Oh my god.
pretty
you
convinced
two-
that I'm helping.
All right.
You two are a mess.
I just wanted to incapacitate him and knock him out. Like I didn't want
You
to kill
killed
him.
him!
Yeah, you could say
I
you
knew you had
incapacitated him.
spare the dying.
No, you didn't!
I was very glad to hear that you had spare the dying. And I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted him to be incapacitated. Now he's just knocked out. So
Yes, but if you turn into a knoll
Now
now,
we have
what
the
are you
high
going to
ground.
do?
but we have the high ground. We can wake him back up, and then we'll be in control. And
I
have
don't
all
think
of
there's
this
a
stuff.
high ground in this. He's unconscious in a
We can
coma.
find out what he mixed. Take
It's
it
a
to
Star
the
Wars
town.
reference.
He
by the
mixed
way.
it in front of you.
But it was just colors then. I don't know what they are.
You could have asked him.
I
Okay.
asked
Screw.
with Dag and Gur, okay?
I'm casting Cure Wounds. I'm casting
I
Cure
saw a
Wounds on
hold.
this
I saw a
guy.
hold.
If you
in
guys
front
knock
of
him out again, I swear.
I didn't do anything. I was just encouraging Hana.
Don't trust.
All right, go ahead and roll me healing.
I'm gonna hurt both of you.
I am not. I actually technically haven't done anything. Okay.
You haven't technically done anything, and yet you did all the things.
How? It was harder.
You didn't
Oh,
stop
my
her.
God.
Giving me the signal.
You didn't stop her.
I know. I like killing things.
Dude,
Okay,
I'm
when
actually
just
Hana
really
turns
gonna
into
pull
a
an
gnoll
argument
and
at this
bites
point.
you, that's your problem then. Okay.
Uh,
1d8 plus my modifier.
That's
I
a
sort of look at
lot.
Rosalind and I go, I
Which
make
I don't
animal friends all the
remember
time.
Oh, 4. 5 plus 4.
Nice.
Okay, so
9.
9. You see his wounds almost instantly start healing and closing back up, and you see the 2 scars down his chest close but not fully heal. You can still see that they're a little scabbed over, and he goes. He looks around and he's like visibly sweating profusely. He's like, "Did I? Oh god, did I transform again?" He looks around. He's like, "What happened?"
They're
Is he
idiots.
still in my arms at this point, by the way?
What?
I will start running up and slamming on the door, hoping Gabriella hears me.
You have to climb up the ladder in order to start slamming the door.
I will start climbing up the ladder so I can start slamming the door, hoping Gabriella can hear me.
All right, so
Gabrielle's enjoying cookies right now.
I can tell.
Gabriella, you start
Okay,
hearing
well.
this gung, 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 coming from the bed, like underneath the bed that you pushed back. But
She's not a magazine and is just now filing her nails.
but you can't quite tell like who's the one knocking or anything, and you're still intent on the door right now. Is there anything you want to do or no?
I think what Gabriella would do is I'm going to just slowly put the arrow down, but still have the dagger out. She'll pull one of her daggers out. And I guess go through the whole unlocking mechanism of this whole frickin' cellar thing.
All right, go ahead and roll me history to see if you remember it, or wisdom.
Prism? Cool.
Yeah, wisdom.
Oh no, wait, what's my wisdom?
Whichever one's better, wisdom or history will be fine.
Hey, history is +1. And so alright, cool. Yeah. Alright, does a 12 do it?
Yeah, that's enough. It was enough recent history that you can pretty much get it. It as you put the book down and you try to reach under to find the button, you click it and it doesn't go quite right, and then you start shuffling the book around and you try again, and all you hear is and it like slowly shifts the bed over. And do you try to open the trap door?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open the trapdoor, but I'm very like cautious, like with my dagger out.
As you yank on the trap door, it doesn't budge.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to yank on it again.
Are you trying to rip it off or what?
Ooh. I don't want you to get trapped down there in case that does happen. I think she'd try again, but not to the extent where it's like ripping it off, but like just like putting a little bit more force into it, if possible.
All right, go ahead and roll me a strength check real quick.
Okay. Like I'm doing my best not to like destroy it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
With my strength of
Just
0.
strong arm it, dude.
13.
13. You
Yeah.
yank with all your might, and all you hear is "Kung," and it doesn't budge at all.
Okay. I'll kind of I guess I'll tap. I'll knock on it. It's like, if it's a friend, knock once.
Slam!
Okay.
Slam.
I'm guessing that's Hana. So aggressive. I do not know how to open this little one. Where's the
Slam.
man? Okay, all right. Where's the man? Have him unlock it for you.
I'm gonna slide back down the ladder.
All right. as you are hearing these slams, you can kind of tell it echoes throughout the forest, and you hear like all the birds that were chirping and making their noise before, they're kind of going silent now, and you hear one small sound in the distance, and you go, and then just that one little sound, and then it's
Me?
gone. Yes.
Specifically. Okay.
Leave us locked in here. It's fine, actually, dude.
Like, it feels like a zombie apocalypse is about to happen, and you guys are safe, and I'm out here alone. I'm gonna pull out my bow again towards the door, but at least it's like prepared for them to like get out easily.
What you doing, Angie?
At this point, because obviously he was in my arms, he sat up. I sort of put him down. I look at Rosalind and I go, "Well, I don't want to be a pain anymore, and I want to cast Druidcraft so I can now become a black bear, and I would like to play fight with Bobby."
You'd like to play fight with Bobby?
Yep.
Little bear fight.
All right, you start play fighting with Bobby, twirling around and kind of like rolling around in the dirt floors and all that stuff throughout the alchemy lab. All right. Well, as he comes back, he's like, please, what happened? What happened? Did another one of you get bit?
No, they're just idiots.
What? He like pats his chest. He's like, oh God. And you see him just sprint off towards the pedestal, like searching the pedestal up and down, like trying to find anything that's wrong with it. He's like, oh, please tell me it didn't happen here. Please tell me it didn't happen here. And he's like looking around, and he sees like one little small speck of blood across the edge of the pedestal, kind of going over the corner. He's like, oh God. Well, hopefully they don't notice. So who do I have to thank for being alive?
The one you tried to... Well, I kept you alive. The one that tried to kill you would be the little one that you tried to give a potion.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you, but I'm not sure it's going to last that long.
Okay, explain this pedestal and what just happened.
You see, this pedestal is very important to my work. It's to call upon, let's say, other brilliant minds. And, that's why we have all these markings from around the world and all these organizations on it. And then, well, let's just say that the one
Get
that
on with
it might not be the best one that we just happened to summon here. And he's like looking at the blood and he's like scraping it and like feeling it. He's like,
You literally summoned them by blood. What idiots are you?
he's like, we don't typically throw blood onto the pedestal. There's very, very specific reasons why we do not throw blood onto the pedestal.
Then why don't you cover the pedestal? Like,
because we still needed to summon somebody to help your friend. We still needed to summon somebody to help your friend.
Why wasn't it covered before then?
What do you mean covered before then? There wasn't a chance of me getting stabbed in my own house.
You know you should have prepared for this.
I should have prepared for me to get stabbed by people I'm helping.
No,
No, you should have prepared for anything to happen. Why would you keep something so important uncovered, unprotected, really?
Because it is my life's work. This is my life's work.
And now it's gonna be your like death.
And I kind of... I don't look up at him, I just kind of tug on his...
He looks at you, he says, what could you possibly need at a time like this?
I go, sorry. I'm sorry.
Hana, I think it's a little late for saying sorry. You stabbed him in the chest.
Friends, all that friends does is it changes your face to make you have advantage on charisma checks.
Can I charismatically tell him that I'm sorry?
Go ahead and roll me persuasion, or just charisma. Just roll me charisma right now.
Hana,
with advantage.
I don't think the sorry is gonna mean anything.
At this point, both me and Bobby are just sitting
3
there.
and a 13 with, what did you want on it?
It was advantage and
Charisma.
charisma mod.
Charisma, oh, plus 0, so yeah, 13.
13, he goes, I don't know if you notice, young one, but they're coming, and there's not much that we can do about it. Gabriella, as they're like down here fighting, you hear another coming through the trees, and it sounds a lot closer this time. He's like, "Where's your friend? Where's your friend?"
Upstairs.
He's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And you see him sprint off, and you hear just as he's like climbing the stairs, and he unlocks it, and he throws it open, and he's like, "Get in here, now!" He said, "We don't have the time. Get in here if you value your life."
Okay, do you have anything to read?
Don't worry about the reading. Just get your ass down here.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
I go
Biella
with
is
him.
Such a damn diva.
And as you go in, he shuts the door and he locks it. And as soon as he locks it, you guys start hearing, and you start hearing the screeching coming through the door again. He just comes down and he just puts his finger to his mouth like this, like trying to make sure that everybody's really quiet. He just sits there for a solid like 30 minutes waiting for the banging and the screeching to go away.
Goosebumps.
We're playing Faz, guys. It's coming.
Oh,
I'm
okay. You
starting
want
to really focus again, by the way. I'm sort of sitting there, just having a staring contest with Bobby, just really focused.
As you guys keep hearing the banging and the screeching coming from the up above, you see him slowly go and grab one of his books and he starts flipping through. He's like, "Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?" And he seems very distraught and actively like kind of confused as to why this would happen right here.
While this is happening, I'm gonna do a ritual so I don't have to use a spell slot, but it's 10 minutes concentration of silence.
Oh, it's not silent. It's
No,
not silent.
My spell is silence.
Oh, you're casting
So-
silence.
Well, I'm doing a ritual, so for 10 minutes I have to concentrate. Doesn't use a spell slot if I do that, at least according to Kels.
Yeah.
angry.
A ritual
Angry
means that you don't have to
sometimes.
do it since it's a.
So
You don't have to
there's
use a spell slot.
20 radius foot sphere centered on a point I choose, and then any creature or object entirely inside the sphere.
Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and any
Oh.
creatures are
I
deafened
was
while
hoping it
entirely
would-
inside it.
Or deafened.
Yeah.
So does that mean we can't hear out, or they can't hear?
It means you guys would not be able to hear out.
Dang it. Never mind.
And casting a spell
I
that
was
includes a
hoping it would
verbal
help
component
us.
is impossible in it. You can cast it, if you wanted to cast it still, you could cast it at the door. Like, at the trap door.
So that way
Oh,
it blocks out the sound, basically.
but wouldn't they hear us like yelling underneath?
No,
on the
because it would
ground?
deafen them. It's a
Oh.
20-foot sphere, meaning that it
Okay.
goes through everything.
Okay, then I'll do that. So I'll concentrate for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, since
I'm
it's
also
magical, it
hoping
can go
to.
through walls and such.
And
And
so I'll still whisper to him. It's like, okay, so what is going on? What?
he looks at you. He's because he was very intent on reading his book, so he didn't notice the spell being cast. And he like slowly starts panning through the rest of his books like frantically, and he pulls it out. He's like, ah. And he points to his book. And he like gathers you all up and tells you to follow him to the back room where you guys have found these reagents. And he sets the book down, and he's like, These are not something that we want to take on right now. These are not something that I can help you all with. As you can tell, I'm not a fighter, okay? Not a fighter.
What do you mean you're not a fighter? Wait, what happened here? Rosalind, explain.
Creature.
And he looks at it, and he shows you the picture of a very demented looking gaseous form, and it's very dark, and it seems to want nothing but to cause harm. He's like, this is something that could easily take out me, maybe even multiple of you. And from the sounds of it, there are 3 of them out there. And let me look for it real quick.
Can I make a check? Would I know what this is living in the woods? Is this something that frequents woods?
It's not something that you would know, but you can
like
roll
an
a check,
Arcana?
an Arcana check, yeah, if you want to try and
Also,
find out about it.
I think my father might know something about it if it's Arcana based. So I'm gonna also roll like one of our lessons through his history. I'm gonna try to
10.
roll Arcana if that's okay.
All right, cool.
I want to slowly transform back into Galax and sort of go, we're being serious now, are we? Like sort of just like crossing my arms, like actually.
That is a 17 plus 1, so 18.
I'm I'm still concentrating, right? It hasn't been 10 minutes
Yeah, I'm
yet.
still-
Oh,
I was
maybe I
gonna say, I'm
didn't print
still-
this
yeah.
one out. I apparently didn't print this one out, but it's okay. We can go to the DnD Beyond.
Done to beyond, dude.
Okay.
Didn't
So
do-
both me and Rosalind are still concentrating, right?
Concentrating.
Side
Yes.
note, I got 2 fortune cookies, and one said, you'll soon bring joy to a close friend. And then also the other one said, today is a great day to spend with a close friend.
And yet you're in D&D with a...
You guys are close.
All right.
I guess we're not close.
No, I mean, it's just funny that it's like, vote for close friend. It's like, but all your friends are here.
He's what were you guys' roles?
Drowning, sorry.
10.
Oh, that went down the trachea.
Flip got an 18
I got an 18, yeah.
while drowning.
So both of you would know that this is definitely some form of undead creature and an apparition at that. But Gabriella, you would know specifically that what you are looking at is a wraith, and it's something that does
Freezing temps,
not
guys.
really
Freezing
fuck around.
temps.
It's something that does not really fuck around at all. It is out for blood, and they are always vengeful, seeking out new targets to attack. And you do know that it is immune to being like necrotized, seeing as how it is a ghost form, and it's immune to be poisoned as well.
Okay.
Do we have some salt?
I hate it.
He,
No,
he-
that's the other campaign. We're salt.
he like sits there for a few seconds. He's like, I might be able to do something. I've called one of them here before, so they might remember me. I need you all to wait down here, and then I'll be right back. All
Do you
right?
think that's a good idea?
Where the hell are you going?
He's like, I'm trying to save your guys' lives, and he's like, some of you twice, and he points to Hana, and he's like, stay here. If you really get scared, he like kind of pulls one of the shelves behind. Get in there, and he reveals a small tunnel that is just big enough to crawl into, and it looks like it goes back for a long ways, but there's no lighting in this tunnel. He's like, this is the only way out other than the trapdoor, but they don't
Okay.
know about that.
Is there a way I can give him the inspiration that you gave me a couple of campaigns back, just so I can like?
Yeah,
Just
you
in
can
case.
give him the inspiration die if you want.
Okay, yeah, I just want him to succeed at all costs, just
Um,
in case.
All right, so you see him look at you guys, and he like beats his chest and then points to both of his eyes, and then he slowly walks out. And
Yes, I got you.
and you guys don't really know what that means, but like you guys brought up the eyes, so you can hazard a guess that it has something to do with the eye on the pedestal. And he slowly leaves out, and you guys hear the clink clink clink, and as he creaks open, you hear. And he just goes, hello, hello, hello. 1 second, and you hear him close it back down, and another clunk as it locks shut again. And he's just gone for what seems to be a few hours at the very least, and we're gonna go ahead and take our break right there, guys.
Dog.
And
Awesome.
so yeah, if you guys need to go to the bathroom, get some snacks, feel free to.
I need to get a snacky.
Dude, the cookies are like giving me life right
I
now.
will
I have
be right
so many
back.
cookies.
Did I didn't expect Kyo to just straight up murk him. Jesus.
You didn't expect Kyo to murk someone.
Dude, listen, I expected Kyo to be very apprehensive, but ultimately it's Kyo's life that he was trying to get across, that he's not gonna be the same if he doesn't take this. Hope that might have been some incentive, but no, Kyo's like, fuck it, I'll kill him! Oh my gosh.
See,
dude.
as he's giving me life right now.
If Bobby dies, we riot.
Yep.
Oh my
No,
god.
the thing is, I'm gonna be so upset because I always forget that they only last till dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So every single time, every time we get a bear now, it's gonna be Bobby. It's gotta be Bobby. It's gotta be.
Hello,
They will
Mizzy.
realize, but oh.
Hello, Mizzy. Hello, freaking Justin. I saw you. Ryu, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. Mono, with the booty emotes. I hope everybody's doing great. But dude, how are you guys enjoying today?
Yeah,
Dude, it's giving me goosebumps and I love it.
it's spicy, dude.
Because
it's
I'm just like
spicy.
Hi, Megan.
100%, you know, like I could picture it's like Gabrielle would have gotten bored on top. At some point, she would try to find some sort of book or magazine on the bed, like filing her nails at this point, because that's just how she is.
Oh my gosh. Hello, how are you, Megan? I want to say thank you guys, everyone, for coming out today. We're just chilling, playing some D&D, and I will get the other parts uploaded after this. I'll start working on them. But I want to say thank you all. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. You had 2 nightmares last night. Ooh, grossy nightmares. Ew.
Wait, was it from Faz, McGon? Was it Faz related?
Dude,
Ugh.
no, actually. Ooh,
I would really like
actually.
Keo not to distract me when I'm trying to cast a freaking spell.
What were you casting anyway? Like,
I can't. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling
Okay,
you. what I was
alrighty. Wow. Don't trust me.
Put it this way. You would be like, holy shit, that's
This is a
badass.
roll off.
Megan, I was trying to. I was literally getting to the point where I was trying to get. Leave me alone. I'm trying to cast something, but he did not get the message.
Wait, Kyo's a fighter, right? In this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Keo is an Eldritch
Okay.
Knight fighter.
Okay.
E. Tell him to
Yeah.
fuck off, Angie. Tell him for me. Relay this message, please.
You forgot the might.
Might. I hate it here.
Hey, Keo. What's up? Fuck off!
I'm joking. Megan told me to do it. Because you broke my
Why you-
concentration, you know?
You still had your concentration. You did it for,
No, he didn't. You
Like-
broke it.
You broke
Yeah.
it. And
no,
then I had
but
to do it again.
but you just did it now.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to. You knew what I was trying to cast.
I didn't. I didn't. To be honest,
Oh.
I didn't. I'm
He's trying to
sorry.
do solar beam, clearly. What you got there, Kyo?
Mac and cheese.
I was about to say, was that some mac and cheese I just saw? Chili mac and cheese is so good, though. I eat that during the winter.
Oh my gosh. Justin, how is your day going, cutie?
Mac
Cat
and
chat.
cheese with like a
Oh my God.
gallon of mustard, dude.
Dude. I want to put my hood down, but I feel like my hair is going to be awful if I do.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Oh,
Do it.
Coming from the one wearing a hat. Do it.
Oh my god.
we all
Yep,
look
it's
like.
awful.
Oh, I mean,
Hungry. Hello,
I was about to say we all
Nico.
look like shit, but I was like, no, I look like shit tonight.
What's for lunch, everyone?
Do you want me to make you feel better, Lucid? Hold on. Do you want me to make you feel better?
Ah. My hair
ready
is
for
He has
all knotted,
ears.
bro.
Oh, but that's not what he was trying to do.
Ah.
Yeah, take it.
What?
Are you ready for this?
Eggs and bakies.
Sure.
Ooh.
Dude.
That's
That
not
ain't
that
even that
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. That look like I got a mohawk.
I
Pretty
hate it.
dirty, messy.
Pretty
I used
dirty
to have a
mess.
mohawk. Well, I don't have like a super like
Dude,
traditional mohawk.
I want some
but-
eggs and bakey. I was gonna make them, but it would take too long, so I just heated up some mac and cheese instead.
I'm not denying that my hair's nice, Megan. It's just that it looks bad right now because I didn't brush it this morning. I woke up and I started doing stuff. So,
Mm.
I
you
just
know.
I just feel like the brush session for Lucid is just like very aerial like. I was like, and he's just like brushing it.
I hate it.
It's like- you love it.
Dingle hopper,
You know you love
or
it.
whatever it's called.
What?
What
Yeah,
she calls a fork.
yeah, a dingle hopper. Or it's what Scuttle calls the fork, really. But yeah. Ah, yes, this is a dingle hopper.
I hate y'all so much.
I don't know what I came back to.
Dude,
Ariel and the sea witch.
I'm just confused as confused as you. Oh my god, you have chopsticks. What are you eating? Is that
Ooh,
dumplings?
Yeah, it's dumplings. They came out a little. So they're like already frozen dumplings, so they came out a little like gooey,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
No
Say
worries.
it.
because they all stuck together in the container.
Mm.
But
Okay.
they're still pretty good.
All right. So,
I feel like
They're microwavable, so easy peasy.
are we ready to continue?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, after a few hours of Grant leaving and going up and talking to them,
With my inspiration dice.
it came in handy.
Oh, did it? Okay.
came in
good.
handy.
I was like so scared.
As he goes up and he starts talking to him, after about 1 or 2 hours of time passes, you guys hear a clunk, and then you hear the door swing open, and you hear one single, and you also hear the thud of somebody like traversing the stairs, and then he closes it, and then you hear the lock click back again, and he turns the corner of the hallway leading into the main thing, and he can kind of see you guys in the far back left, and he kind of just goes like this before he starts continuing down the way.
To like duck or
He just goes like this. That's all you know.
Would we have been able? Would I have been able to short rest during those hours?
Yeah, you would have been able to short rest.
we all would have been, or only?
Yeah. Everybody would have been able to short rest because it was a couple hours of you guys doing nothing.
Do we take any healing for that or no?
I mean, if you want to take healing, you can, yes. You would have to roll a hit die for healing.
Yeah, fighter hit die. So I'll roll 1d10 plus 1.
Yep.
Okay, just roll all the way off.
The dice works, they roll.
8.
I
An
think I
8?
get back my primeval awareness then after, or is it just a long rest? Let me
Back
check.
up to 30.
All
It
right.
doesn't recover any spell slots, though, right?
If you're a sorcerer, wait, no, a warlock, I believe you recover spell slots, but that's it.
Hmm.
You have to take a
Okay.
long
I'm
rest
like,
if you're
I'm
another
a
class.
cleric, so I guess not.
Yeah. And do you guys do anything when he like goes like this or no?
I'm gonna duck basically.
I
Alright.
assume I would have told Gabriella what they did while we were waiting for him to come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I point to the tunnel that he told us about earlier, and I go, Does he mean this? Like sort of like to them.
Are you just speaking aloud?
No. That's like my voice. I can't help the voice. Sorry.
Okay.
That's not like. Is that where we're
He's
supposed
just
to be
like
going?
signing it to us, like,
Yeah.
shelf.
Okay.
That's like the message I'm trying to get across. Like, does he want us to go in there? Sort of thing.
You guys don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna let's go in there then. I guess I'm gonna go in there.
On that note, I go like this, and I have like fire on my fingers using Druidcraft, my
Mhm.
last spell.
Wait, isn't
and I've
Druidcraft
sort
a
of just-
cantrip?
Druidcraft, I think, is a cantrip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need to take one off. Whoops. Yeah. So I've sort of just gone like that, and like I've got because he said there was no light, so I sort of lead us in with
Mhm.
like the little light that I have on my fingers. Do I see
Alright.
anything?
It just keeps going on for what seems like an endless amount of time. Like it's just a very long tunnel. You can't see anything. The walls are just dirt, very shoddily, like packed dirt, and occasionally you'll see like a ring of wood around it, trying to support up the dirt wall that you guys are in.
Crossbow.
Dirt tunnel.
Knock a bolt.
Crossbow.
Touch the tip as I cast light. And
You shoot it down the tunnel.
yeah.
So you hear, and as it goes, it keeps going for a solid maybe about 50 feet, and then it like buries into some dirt, and then the light goes out because the dirt covered it.
Dirt. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then what do you guys continue to do?
I'm gonna start to walk forward to recover my bolt and hope that.
Oh,
Should we
I
wait
have a
here or
torch.
Go for the tunnel.
I'm
I have a
just
torch.
gonna peek back at him exactly and just what's he doing at a Grant?
At Grant,
Like-
you see Grant like from the corner. He's like kind of blocking the entrance to the shelves and all that, and you see him kind of like going like this and motioning with his hands, but you can't really make out what he's saying. It's in a language that you can't comprehend, and you can see him like making very guttural screeches and snarls as he's talking to these beings.
Okay, so there's one.
Beings.
So there's one of them in there with him, basically.
That's
Hey,
what
you
you
know
can
what's
infer.
missing?
Into that.
What was you
You
Okay.
said beings.
One of these beings is what I said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I interpreted that terribly wrong.
Okay. So, I guess. Yeah, then I'll just slowly like move away, like as silent as possible.
All right.
Yeah.
As you guys progress down here for a few, maybe 30 feet, you start noticing that there's a little incline from the tunnel going upwards, and it seems to turn up and then kind of curve around, making a weird like ramp system going around and upwards.
Actually, wait real quick. What are my languages again? Out of curiosity. Never mind.
I
I
believe
don't
you're
speak those.
Celestial, Elven, and Common.
Common, yeah.
I sort of look around and I'm like, well, because obviously I'm still holding my fingers like this with the light, the little light I have, and I'm like,
I
you
don't
wanna go
believe
up there or
anybody
not?
speaks it.
Do you want me to go up there or not? Or should we go up there? Because obviously I'm leading at the moment because I'm the only one with a bit of light.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go up or not? Like to the rest of the group.
Yes, go up ahead. You have the light, so you lead the way.
I go, okay, and
Yeah,
I
I
grab
can
my.
see in
I
the
have a
dark.
torch. I have a torch, so I'm just gonna like
Think
put
I
the.
can't? No, I can't.
No, I can. I can see in the dark.
I think. Wait, I might be able to as well. Actually.
I think you can too, Angry.
Yeah, but for the sake of this, I'm just gonna put because I have a torch in my equipment. I'm just gonna.
Oh, I do have dark
Like,
vision. Yeah, let's go.
I light the torch a little bit, and I'm just like holding it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start ascending this spiral thing going on.
All right. As you ascend the spiral, it's a very, very slight incline, and it takes about 3 loops before you start seeing light breaking in from the surface. And around another loop is where it seems like around the bend is where the light seems to be originating from. But you can't quite tell if it's the surface or if it leads into a room of some sort.
I'm gonna pass the torch to Hana because I think, but because obviously I can see because dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Does Hana do you take said torch?
Oh, I take it. Yeah, I take it.
And I sort of like point to Bobby, like with Hana, I'm like, stay with Bobby, and I sort of just start walking ahead, and I sort of go like this, and all of a sudden, wait, hold on, how long is it? Hold on, I need to make sure. Wait. Do I do it or not? Do I do it or not? Do I do it? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. All right, I sort of go like this, and obviously I've got my shield on one hand, and I cast because obviously you said I said I was concentrating. Flame blade, in my free hand, a blade engulfed in flames can appear in my other hand, and I can basically do 3d6 of damage for up. I think it lasts for up to 10 minutes. I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I've now got that,
Okie doke.
and I'm sort of like walking quite slowly into the light. What do I see?
As you get closer and closer to the light, you can kind of see this layer of leaves caked over the entrance. And as you get up, it seems like the leaves shouldn't be able to sit the way they're sitting. It looks like gravity should have taken them and fallen underneath. But something is holding them up and keeping them resting on top of there.
I sort of gesture to the rest of the group, like, come on, like, it's fine. Like, sort of gesturing them to come with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of point up like this, and I would like to attempt to move said leaves.
As you go and reach out to touch it, your hand is met with a solid feeling object, and as you like push up against it, you notice that it has some sort of give, but that you might need to force your way to get up through it.
I sort of like, and then I like literally, I get my hands are full now. I sort of just like gesture everyone like, come on, help me, and like start like pushing it up, in the hope that they join me in helping me push this invisible object.
I'm gonna grab my bolt and re-knock it, or quiver it, and try to climb up on top of Angry's shoulders and help.
All right. So as you guys start pressing up against it, you slowly feel the leaves give and open up, and then it opens up into this small grove-like area in the middle of the forest that Gabriella would recognize and Rosalind would recognize. This is the place where you two first met, and you guys never really noticed this here before. And as you raise it up, you notice that it seems that the leaves are still in place as you raise this invisible hatch up, and you just walk through illusory leaves to get out of the incline.
Gabriella,
Yes.
you see this place?
Strange. It seems kind of familiar, doesn't it?
I think this is where I met you.
Yes, I believe so.
Man, it's
Sure.
been how long now?
Yes, how long has it been?
Yes, I am asking you.
But it is I who impose these questions.
It would have been a couple years at least at this point that you've been living
Yes,
with Rosalind's family.
I remember like it was yesterday or a couple years ago.
I hate y'all so much. I hate y'all so much.
This is horrible.
But Gabriella, what do
These
you
not
think-
paid actors.
Gabriella,
They are actors, they're just not paid.
You would think we would have noticed this.
Darling, you think I would notice anything nowadays? I just use my bows and I shoot.
How long has it been? How long has it been? You can't just put a different emphasis on this.
Yes, how long has it been?
How long?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you're understanding my question. How long?
I hate y'all so much. Anyways, as you break like through the leaves and you see the leaves kind of fade and shimmer and wave as you guys pass through them, you raise up and get onto the flat ground, and as that happens, you guys hear a whoomph as the supposed door shuts back down, and the grass slowly seems to creep and crawl back over the door, and the leaves seem to be sitting on top of the grass now.
I don't remember that being there.
All right. You guys don't really notice much. It's very calm out here. No really any creatures nearby. It seems that any creature that was in the area has left, and it's a very awkward silence. The only thing you guys can hear is the rustling of the leaves, maybe like a rat or two running through the bushes, but it's very silent.
Okay.
Well, what should we do now? Shall we
I'm gonna
wait for
jump on
him, or shall we
Galaxy's
go
back.
back to my parents?
Well, I'm
I saw-
concerned. Well, okay, so let me get
Alright.
this straight. What you had told me is they killed him. You
Oh yeah,
brought
these
him
two are
back,
idiots.
and
I sort of go. Technically, I didn't do anything. I
You
was just
didn't stop
encouraging.
her either. You are just as much in trouble for this as she is.
At this point, I sort of go fine, and I sort of go like this, and my flame blade disappears because I feel like at this point it would have been more than 10
All
minutes.
right.
So I go like that, and my flame blade disappears. What a waste of fucking spell.
You could have stopped her.
As you guys are here kind of arguing, you hear some shouting in the distance of somebody that doesn't seem to quite understand what he's speaking, and then you hear and then like you start hearing this very sudden whoosh of air through the bushes, but it doesn't seem to be coming towards you. It just seems to be localized like 50 to 60 feet away from y'all, and it starts to dissipate. Like, it starts drowning out with the screeches and such.
Upon continuing the argument, I sort of go. I pull out my battle axe and go. I could have also decapitated him.
hey, look, Alex. 1 second. We need, more importantly, we need to check to see. Here, okay. And I go to Hana. It's like, Hana, can I see your hand, darling? Okay. How does it look right now?
It looks very irritated. It is really red where the mark was, like, where he got bit. But for the most part, it just looks irritated, and it's kind of itchy to Hana, and warm to the touch, but that's about it. You can roll a medicine
Okay.
check if you want to try and investigate a little more.
I'm not proficient in medicine, so I'm not
I
gonna-
am. I'll do it.
Okay.
Alright.
Then I want to give her advantage then by just
Alright.
helping her out with it.
Nat 20.
All right.
I didn't
So-
even roll
No.
the second one.
So-
26.
You can see the redness is very much a larger area covering the hand than beforehand. But you also, when you flip her hand over, you can notice like black marks looking like the veins are starting to turn black on Hana's arm. And it seems to be spreading down the arm a little bit as well. You can kind of tell little itty bitty small hairs sprouting from where Hana's hand was bit and a little bit down the forearm. But that's about it.
Well, this does not look great.
All right. We need to get her to a doctor fast. Would we know if the Point Market would have like, or any, would have
Well,
any like
I would-
doctors?
Does our town have like a town doctor?
Magnolia Springs is a very small town. They wouldn't have a town doctor. They would have like a few home remedies and such like that, but nothing in the way of being able to actually cure something as debilitating as like a
What's going on?
lycanthropy or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
And
Deanna,
where's the guy
church
again?
wouldn't
Where's
have anything for that either, right?
What did you say, Rosalind?
The church wouldn't have anything for that either, right?
Church. You assume that the church could maybe call on the gods to help, but as you know very well, the gods sometimes don't show up, sometimes do, so it'd be kind of a shot in the dark for that one.
Oh, what do you two want to do? Because this does not look like it's getting any better. And she also did not take the potion. She threw it at the guy.
Forgot about that one. Did not take her medicine.
where is the guy again?
she's literally a child.
You guys don't know. You've been crawling in the dark for the past 20 to
I've
30
been
minutes.
crawling in the
So you guys don't quite know the direction of where the hut is from here. And you also went in a spiral multiple times going upwards. So
Do we remember where the latch went back on with the leaves?
yeah,
Like
you could kind of find the hatch. It might take a little bit of finding considering it was a magical disguise thrown over it. But you would have to like look for a few minutes, probably a half an hour to actually get it.
I sort of look to Rosalind and Gabriella, and I'm like, "Well, we had a doctor, I guess." And I'm sort of like, trying to make myself look a little bit better, and I'm like trying to I'm starting to pick just loads of dirt up and trying to find the hatch.
You keep picking like just dirt clods up all around and throwing them around trying to look for the hatch in the area that you found it in. And then as you pick one up and throw it back, you see more dirt kind of fall in and then it like bubbles up, but it doesn't seem to be the same reaction as the door that you came out of before.
Galax, that won't help, dear. All right, we need to head back to. I guess we should probably just chance it and head to 3 Point Market as soon as possible. Hopefully, there'll be someone there with some sort of remedy. As shady as it is over there should be something that should help
I
us.
mean, it's gonna take us at least a day and a half with a cart to get there.
Yes,
I don't know
well,
how long her arm will be like that.
What the fuck?
Would she be able to tell?
She's
her
been-
medicine check?
Hana's been bitten for about 6 hours now, so and it's only gotten a little bit past the wrist, so you can hazard a guess that maybe it'll take a few days in order to fully encapsulate her entire being to become this sort of disease to spread in her.
Oh no!
Hannah,
Okay.
let me see your ring. What color's the ring?
Normal green that it always is.
Fuck.
So honestly, this is not symptom. Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly not a symptom.
Wait, Hannah,
okay.
Hannah. Take it off and put it on the other way and see if it goes that purple.
Still
Any
green.
difference? Wait. It
Okay.
wasn't
Tell me
green
to do a
before.
handstand.
It
I'm
was
not gonna
green. It's
No,
always
it
been
was
green.
green.
do it.
It was green and then it was green.
The only other color you've seen from the ring is purple.
And that's because the Ganassi made it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Was whatever he was doing. All right. God. I don't know really what to do right now. I kind of want to stay like near Grant's home
Mm-hmm.
and just like as soon as like
You
and,
can
like,
just
super
wait.
stealth.
You can just wait in the bushes or something and for him to come by.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Would I assume more that he would come out that way since he'd be following us, or would I assume he'd come out of his
From
own?
the sound of it,
It's whatever you assume.
Okay.
from the sound of it, the Wraith has now left because it sounded like from a distance that some form of animal or
Yeah.
being did leave. So I think I saw a look and I saw go. I can get a fire started if you want. I don't mind staying.
We should. You know what? I know the familiar territory around this area. I'll stay with Hana if that's all right. And
I'm gonna go and start collecting wood.
No.
Hana,
I
you
walk
need.
over to Galax and I kind of tug on him.
Okay, well, then
Yes,
Alex,
little
I
one.
guess you're staying here because
I pick Hannah up and put her on my shoulder. And I go to Sammy. I go, Sammy, go keep the other two company. And I'm like,
You mean
talking
Bobby?
to- But
Sammy. Now it's
Sammy,
Sammy.
all the
Can't even
time.
remember his own bear's name.
no, it's
Bear
Bobby Sam.
hates
That's his
him.
middle name.
Bobby Sammy?
Bobby Sammy Timmy is his name. All right, that's BTS.
Oh,
yeah.
Timmy.
Anyway,
It's BST.
Wait.
BST, but okay.
British Standard Time, bitch. Alright,
I hate
I
it.
sort of tell Bobby to stay with Rosalind and Gabriel, and I take Hannah and put Hannah on my shoulder to go collect firewood.
I don't understand why. Okay, there's a cute bear in front of me.
The bears sort of just.
Okay, this is really adorable. I'm not going to lie. But
Okay.
what was the point?
I guess we're gonna find Grant. Don't do anything that will cause chaos.
Actually,
And a fire starts. Wow.
you know what? Actually,
Forest fire.
yeah, Rosalind, you stay with them just in case anything happens.
Oh.
I sort of look and I sort of look at them and I go, "We're collecting wood."
You stay
I
with them.
don't believe you guys, because you collect wood and then I'll see explosion. Woo!
He does.
I lean into Galax's
ear. Run.
I want to go back to Grant's area and then just check over there.
Are you talking about the area that you guys came out of?
No, I'm talking about like where his home would be.
We're
You
staying
you don't know which
we're
direction
staying
his
by the
home
back
is.
door.
Okay.
He let us there though.
Could
I
I?
sort of turned to Rosalind, by the way, and I saw because obviously I heard.
You can roll a nature check to try and like get your bearings if you want.
Yeah, I think I
Get
thought
it?
that or
There. Ings.
Don't you leave
Hey.
Bobby! I swear to God,
Okay.
if you leave Bobby, I'm gonna fight.
Bobby's with Rosalind. Or you want Bobby? You want me to take Bobby? I'm not sure if you want me
The
to take
thing
Bobby.
is, would
Bobby
Bobby
Newport's
remember
never
Grant's
held a
set?
real
I don't think Bobby was ever
Okay.
tracking Grant.
Yeah.
But would he remember it from being around it?
Nah, if he wasn't told specifically to track it, animals don't typically remember scents that well.
Okay.
They have to actively be told.
Nature check. 19.
Yeah, that's enough. So you can kind of, so from where you are, you can tell exactly how to get back to Magnolia from the first time that you met Rosalind, and then from there you can kind of like angle it in a way that you can like be like, all right, well this is about the direction of the hut, and you can like try to get back there, but you might be like a few feet off, and it might just be a little like off center when
It might take me a lot longer, basically, but it's not gonna put me off. Like, it's not gonna like take me to like New York or something like that.
No. You
Okay.
can find it, and you might be like 50 feet out
Made
to
a
the left
wrong
or the
turn
right or
out
something,
of
but that's about it.
Okay. Cool. Then I will.
Only
I want to do
Chris
this
gets that
stealthily
ultra.
as possible.
All right, go ahead and
then-
roll me stealth check.
Yes, that one I am way more proficient in.
Flip understood my bugs.
Dirty
bunny
20.
reference.
Yes. I
Dirty
did.
20. All right.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right. So I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing else. And I want to kind of like wait for Grant and once on eventually when I do get to his hut, I want to do another primeval awareness, which I
All right.
think it just uses a spell slot. Like it's not like a once a day only. I think. I could be wrong. Let me double check that.
I think it's most of the time it's limited a number of uses, but it's its own little pool.
Yeah, it just said I expend a ranger spell slot. That's the only thing. I'm assuming. Okay, so I'm gonna use Primeval Awareness again to sense if there's any more like aberrations in the area or anything like that.
You can sense undead in the same direction that you sensed it earlier, but
But there's
than
nothing
that,
near his hut.
There's nothing near his hut. You can only sense the
Okay.
undead in the same direction that it was earlier.
Okay, cool. Then I will go to his hut and I will like gently knock on it.
All right. As you knock on it, you knock really hard a few times. No answer.
I'm going to try to open it.
All right, as you open the door and look in, you can see that the place has kind of been tossed around and stuff is like thrown to the ground. The bed is up against the wall rather than on the floor. You can see tears through the books that were used to previously activate the bed to move it. But other than that, you can't really tell anything. The hatch is thrown open and left open.
Okay, I'm gonna go down there and see if I can find him. I'm still doing this as stealthy as possible.
Go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
Yep. 25. That's a
25?
nat 20, baby.
All right. As you descend the stairs, you calmly just land on the flooring, making no noise, and you slowly peek around the corner, and you see a man laying on the ground, like just kind of laying down for some reason, and it doesn't look exactly like the man that you talked to before. There's something a little different, and you can't quite tell what it is.
Could I roll something to check to see if I can recognize it a little bit better, or is that gonna be?
You can roll perception. You can roll perception.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll a perception check real quick. That is an 18.
All right, so you can tell that there's a lot more fur. There's not any whiteness to this humanoid that you can see, and you see paws on the ends of his feet and on the ends of his hands, and you also see like a giant hunk taken out of the arm of this creature.
I approach cautiously. I think I definitely have my dagger out, at least as I'm going closer. Are there any books in there that I would possibly are there any books in there that I see, like on the shelf or anything?
There was the scrolls on the table before you turned down the hallway to the main corridor, like the main room of the underground. But other than that, there's no books along the walls or anything.
Okay. I am going to, if I could find a stone or something like in the area, something I can grab, and then just toss it kind of on the opposite side of where he is, just to see if he reacts.
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity check real quick.
Oh, thank God it's not a strength check. I was like, please no more strength checks. Good. 19 plus 3, 22.
So you throw it, and it knocks against the wall, and you hear it go and hit one of the shelves in the back there, and you just hear and he like looks around. The humanoid like sits up and looks at his paws. He just kind of sits there for a second looking at it and checking over himself, and then he looks at the wound and he starts pawing at it, and then he looks at you, and he looks very distraught that you're seeing him like this.
Okay. I'm going to start talking to him. Like, it's okay. Don't worry. I was just here to check on you. I was concerned. Can you understand me? Can you give me a sign?
You see him looking at you, and he just like shakes his head. Yes.
Okay. We got out. I believe the creatures are gone. But I still and I can't explain like the medical extent of Hana's arm. I was like, can you show me how to make it?
He runs back and he starts looking for all the reagents and stuff. All the reagents are gone.
Okay, we have the reagent. We
By
have
the that's
all the
been
stuff.
following me the
Yep.
whole time.
Yeah.
I was wondering if anyone was gonna make note of that. My
Yeah.
disc has all the stuff, and it's just been following us.
Did
We
that
have
fit
all
in
the
the tunnel?
things.
Yeah, it can fit in the tunnel. The tunnel's big enough for you guys to like kind of crouch walk through, but
I'm
it's a
fitting in the
lot
tunnel, that
easier.
full disc is
It's a
fitting in
lot
the
easier
tunnel.
to crawl through.
No,
Yes.
literally, Gox is just in there at like worm form and just like moving like a worm forward.
But yeah, he like looks really panicked that he's like scraping and clawing for all the potions and reagents and stuff.
We have them over there. We didn't want anything bad to happen to them.
He goes,
But do we
Right.
need them here, or can you do it over there?
he like looks down and he like looks around for a few seconds and he puts his hand like this and he's just like,
Okay. I don't want to play rock paper scissors right now.
and he grabs like a rock.
Can you draw it in the dirt?
He grabs a rock and he grabs another rock that's kind of like caved in and he starts bashing the rocks together in like twisting motion.
Fire?
And
No?
he
Okay.
keeps doing it.
Okay.
Mortar and pestle.
Grinding. Needs to grind the herbs and things.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we'll have what you need at my friend's home.
He
So oblivious.
he looks around and he throws them back and then he looks down, he's like,
Okay, a bottle. Okay, yes, we'll have something of that sort. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming like I've been in Rosalind's house long enough that we'll have that, since especially so she's a Zenche cleric, that she would know where to find these things in her own home, right? Okay, and I'd know about it. All right, we should have everything at our home.
he looks
but
around
we
for a
need you to
few
come with
seconds.
us.
He looks around for a few seconds and he goes, and you see him dart back down the hallway and he comes back with like a weird pack on his shoulders and he's like, and
Okay.
he jumps underneath the hole that you guys crawled through earlier.
All right. Well, this is going to be fun. Dirt again. Okay.
Whilst this is happening, by the way, because obviously Keo obviously left, so I didn't want to do it yet. But you know how Hana said in my ear to run?
Mhm.
Whilst obviously, Bobby was there. Bobby hasn't followed. He's sort of just there. As me and Hana are turning to go and get firewood, I'm hearing obviously Rosalind try and talk to us. I sort of go, Bobby, like that, and I sort of like push, not like a push Hana and hope that she falls onto Bobby, because Bobby's like sprinting at this point, like trying to catch up, and I'm like, go, and like there, if Hana's gonna allow it to land on top of Bobby and just fucking just go, are you gonna allow it, Hana?
I'm gonna say I don't know what's going on. I'll allow it, but I don't know what's really happening.
And them two are just gonna like keep going, and I go, I'll catch up, and I sort of like do this, and I turn around and so what's the
Gallop?
plan? I sort of like start running, but I stop and I go, so what's the plan? Before I start catching up.
I'm gonna
Rosalind.
kill them.
Not my fault,
Would we
dude.
have gotten there at that point? Would we have like reached? Our
You wouldn't have
destination?
gotten there at this point, no, because this
Okay.
was all happening when you were sneaking
During-
around, getting
okay,
down.
cool.
Yeah.
Alex? You are an idiot.
I sort of just go. An idiot
No,
that's
no,
saving people, and I
no,
run after. I
Not
start
saving
running.
people.
I
This
start
is
running after
stupid.
Hana and Bobby. But because I'm so slow, I'm sort of like this, like running like this, and I'm like, like trying to catch up.
Does Bobby just constantly keep running?
He sort of looks
they
back and
running
he sees
towards
that
the
I've only
house?
just started running. And he sort of like.
What'd
skeets
you
to a
say,
stop.
Rosalind?
Are they running towards like Grant's house, or are they running like straight
They're just
away?
running straight into a forest.
I'm gonna kill both of you.
Bobby sort of sees that I've only just started running because he knows. Obviously, he would know how slow I am because obviously or would he not know that?
Okay.
Bobby would be able to tell. You have a link with this animal.
All right, and he sort of scoots to a stop and then like to Hana, like sort of just sits there and keeps an eye, like keeps just watching Hana at
Okay.
this point.
If I use thaumaturgy and make tremors, would it be enough that they would think that there's an earthquake and have to duck for cover? That I could catch up to them?
I don't think you can use thaumaturgy to make tremors.
No, I can.
You can?
Yeah, they're harmless tremors, but they're not
Okay.
Like 1 minute.
I would.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm wondering if it would be enough that they would be like, oh my god, earthquake, and just duck and cover.
I would say roll a wisdom save, you two. Against Azzy, what's your spell save DC?
You can find it
It's a cantrip.
I know, but what's your spell save DC? In your spells, it should say
on
your
your left
DC.
side saving throws.
No, it's not saving throws. It should be
Okay,
its own thing in spells.
In spells by save DC?
Yeah.
14.
All right. What'd you guys roll?
15. I got
Alright.
15.
10. What is that plus wisdom?
Oh, sorry. 9.
All right. Also, Kyo, I need
Plus
you to
my
roll.
negative 1.
Hana, I need you to roll another d20 real quick for me.
Wild magic surge.
Plus anything?
No.
13.
Upon not
Alright.
falling for this spell, can I sort of go like this? Can I sort of go like this and then like point and then use gust? Rosalind to try to push her away
I hate
so I can catch
you.
up.
I hate
Roll me
you.
a strength saving throw, Rosalind. By the way, you wouldn't know that the tremors aren't an
Nope.
earthquake, Hana, but you would, Galax.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a
cling
4.
to the bear.
I'm getting pushed.
Okay, so I was sort of like just to push Rosalind back to where we came out of, so to speak. And I was sort of just like to go, ha-ha! And turn and start running again.
Oh god.
I hate it.
Now.
So,
I catch up to them now?
yeah, you'd be able to catch up to them because they're kind of freaked out. They aren't sure what's going on with the tremors because they.
I sort
I'm
of
just
jump on them.
clutching
Like, I sort of jump on them
the
like a shield, and I'm like, it's fine. Like just covering them a little bit.
By this time, you and Gabriella and Grant would have been able to reach the door, and before you push it open, Grant looks back at you, and he kind of smiles, and he like digs his hand into the dirt underneath, and he like pulls back something out. You can tell it has like a weird shine to it, a weird luster, but you can't quite tell what it is, and he throws his pack down and puts it in, and then he
What was
slowly
that
pushes
about?
it up. You can't tell.
No, I'm asking him.
He looks at you and he just smiles and then he pushes it up and then goes out of it.
Cool. Right. I don't understand all this anyway, so let's go. And I kind of come out and then I look around. I was like, where the hell are they?
I'm just
You're
like
an idiot.
covering. I'm just
You're an
covering like I'm
idiot.
laughing. I'm just laughing. I'm just going, and I'm like covering Hana.
Gabriella,
They-
I just point out
You
loud,
guys
I'm
would
like,
have been a while out still. You wouldn't be there right when he opened it, I
He
don't think.
pushed me back.
5 feet.
No, but
it's
it was-
only
it-
5
it-
feet.
It was. Yeah, it's not back to where. No, you guys you were chasing him down. Remember? So it's not you're back at the starting point.
Oh god.
So I come out and see no one, right?
Yeah, you come out and no one is there to greet you.
Can I investigate the area to see which direction they're in?
As
Or
you
say
s-
nature.
as you go ahead and start investigating, roll me an investigation check.
Hunting you guys down.
Hana just doesn't even know what's going on.
Would you say with advantage because I'm familiar with like this area?
No, no.
Damn it. All right, fine. My inspiration, and that is.
No, you
a
don't have
13.
you don't have any inspiration.
No, I know. My
Okay.
inspiration's gone. I was like, that's only a 13.
You can't really tell anything, but as you go down to like start like tracking everybody and trying to find footsteps, Grant like picks your hand up and he goes.
You can
and,
smell
and
them.
he goes.
I don't recommend smelling. Okay, yeah. Well, smell the fairy creature.
And he like dashes off into the woods.
Is he able to carry me? my weight?
Only if he wanted to.
Okay,
he
well,
will
I
he will
can-
fight against it if he doesn't want you on his back.
Okay, well then I'll just follow him. Yeah, I'll just follow him.
You see him dash through the woods and sprint, and then all of a sudden, like, you hear as he comes to a stop, and he like puts his hand out, and he slowly pans through bushes, and he like pokes his head out and goes, and he points back to you, and he motions you to come forward, and he points out through the bushes, and he shows you the scene of Rosalind and Galax and all of them sitting around.
Sitting
will-
around. What do you
Yeah.
mean sitting around?
Well, not sitting, but actively fighting each other pretty much.
Alright. I come out with my bow. I already shoot my bow as a warning shot at their feet, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Can I see
Idiot.
this and sort of pick it up and just go?
Idiot. How close am I to Galax?
You would be probably about 30 feet away at this point.
I sort of
Okay.
go like this. I sort of go like this again, and I'm like, "Don't move!" Like tempting Rosalind. I'm like, "Don't."
Okay, what I'm gonna do then, because we're 30 feet away.
Oh my god.
You're like, don't do it. Don't do it. Well,
I'ma do it.
I'ma do
Yeah.
it though.
so,
I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
this is gonna be like, we're literally just attacking each other, aren't we?
Oh no, mine was just a friendly push away so I could get away as a joke. I'm just messing around.
They come here.
Like a child in
I sort of
trouble.
go, "Do you want me to?" Like still preparing.
Put your hand down and come here.
Look,
I
we
still
don't
gotta-
have time for this. We need to fix Hana's hand.
I sort of go like this.
And I
sort of
got someone.
go, "Fine." And as I do this, I throw my hands across each other, like turn into a giant height. I can. 'Cause I've
Do you still have wild shape uses?
You already
Good
turned into a
question.
bear.
I've already turned into a. Oh.
You've turned into a bear once, but don't you get more than one turn? Or am I wrong?
I
on
can't
that?
remember how many I
think
get.
it-
If we had the
I think
short
it's
rest.
once per-
though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he only gets once at this level.
Alright.
But I don't know. I
But
only
we had the
finished
short
one.
rest, so does that?
You
make
did
sense?
have a short rest
But
down
it
below.
doesn't give you any of your spell slots back.
It's not a spell slot, it's a class feature.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, no, I would have had two anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just making
And
sure.
I'm gonna turn into a giant hyena and just start absolutely laughing.
Alright.
On this point, Bobby's gonna obviously get on my back. Hopefully, Hana's still there.
You're a hyena with a bear on your back and Hana
Yeah.
on your back.
Yeah, I'm a giant hyena.
Okay. Alright.
And I
Galax,
start galloping towards, and I sort of sit
The
there.
pyramid
and,
of
like, scoot to a halt.
destruction is coming for them.
okay.
I sort of like I'm like this, and I like scoot to a halt, and I'm like, I like sit there.
You
Alright,
don't know
we're
how
going.
much I want to punch you in the face right now, Galax.
And I sort of just go like that and like lick her arm.
Okay,
I look at
might still
Rosalind.
punch you in the
I
face,
look at
Galax.
Rosalind. Too serious.
You as you guys are doing this, you guys start hearing like rummaging behind you, like stuff being moved around. And as you turn around, you notice Grant just rummaging through all the reagents looking for what he needs.
I sort of turn around and go,
He doesn't
No,
he doesn't notice you.
and I hear Gabrielle, and I'm like,
do not. We are
And I
going
s-
back home right
I
now
slowly,
to take care
like-
of Hana.
I slowly step forward, and I'm like, and then I hear the word Hana, and I turn and I like nuzzle up towards Hana and like curl down like this.
Yes, if you want to see your friend live, you're going to come follow me. So now we are going.
Do you
I'm
all
just
follow
clutching
home?
the bear, dude. I'm scared. I'm starting to not feel so good, Mr. Stink.
Do you all go home back to Magnolia?
Yeah.
Alright.
Go back.
So as you guys start leaving, Grant kind of like hops on the disc and he starts messing with everything in there, and he's like, you hear click, 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 and you just hear him using the mortar and pestle, and he also like gets a couple liquids from the reagent pile and starts pouring them in and like mixing them together, and he starts dropping stuff in, trying to make the same concoction they made earlier today. And like as he's doing this, you occasionally will hear him go like just out of frustration, it seems, and but like as you guys get closer and closer to the town, his frustration seems to grow more and more apparent. Like something is messed up or something isn't working right.
What's wrong? You seem a little discouraged.
He looks at the liquid one more time and he like shakes it, and you can notice that it's the like the weird greenish color that it was before it turned that muted orange. And he's like looking around for the reagent that he needed, like the leaf that he needed that he used to put in there, and he just like grabs one of the leaves and he like points at it, but he shakes his head a little bit. He's like,
Okay, so is there a certain leaf you need?
and he looks around and he grabs his pack and he takes out a small little like red piece of cloth, and he grabs a leaf and he rubs it against it, and he tries to like motion, like explain to you what he needs.
Okay, well, okay, I can't really understand what you're saying, but how much time does she have before it starts to spread a little bit more dangerously?
He sits there and thinks for a little bit, and then he goes, "4 times."
Okay, so about 4 days.
2 days.
All right. Oh, well, give or take. 2 to 4 days. Anywhere from 2 to 4 days. Okay. Okay. Well, we are going to come back and we're going to. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'll just I can help you find ingredients, but if there's something you can do to make it stall so it doesn't grow as fast on her.
He sits there and looks around for a few seconds, and
Besides chopping her arm off,
he sits around. He's just like,
nothing. Okay. Well, it looks like we're finding. Okay, can we find it in the woods? What you need? Okay. If you can. That's the last thing you need to just add to it, and that'll be it, right? Right. Rosalind, I think you should take them back to the house and then just have Hana ready for the potion. We're going to find the ingredients real quick.
he looks at
7 or 8 PM now.
it would be getting closer to probably about 4 or 5. Yeah, it'd be about 4 or 5 more like. So it's starting to turn dusk, but it's not quite nighttime yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you, and as soon as you say bring him back to the house, he goes,
What? You?
If she transforms, I don't think he wants her with people.
Okay. Would I need to just add this last ingredient into the potion? Okay. You and I are going to find it in the forest real quick, and then I will take it back. And then we'll figure things out from there. Alright. So then I'll go off in the forest and with them and try to find the last leaf.
alright. Is anybody else going with them to go find it or no?
I will.
Alright.
As a hyena, because sense of smell.
Alright. Sounds good.
Is that Hana on your back with you?
Bobby, I sort of motion Bobby to get off, but Bobby is still carrying Hana because I'm
Bobby
a
that
little bit
big,
worried.
or is
And I'm
Hana
like-
that small? I'm confused.
Hana's
Hana's
that
super
It's
small.
Okay.
It's a baby bear and it's a fairy.
Yeah.
Hana.
Okay. No.
The greatest combo on earth, right? Anyway, I'm gonna come with you as a giant hyena because I've got something.
Alright.
You got a something. Got a
Um,
nose. You mean?
Got a nose. I got a nose.
Let me ask one question just to help with this. What do you guys think the interpretation of the leaf that he wants is?
Could I have that? Could I have that replay once more?
He only held up a leaf that looked like a plain tree leaf, and he rubbed red cloth on it.
A red leaf,
Red
Yeah,
oak.
that's
maple leaf, red oak.
something. Yeah, something. Yeah.
All right. I was expecting, you know, a little more basic, you know, not like specific which leaf. I'm just saying like what you think the leaf would look like.
A red,
Like just like a reddish leaf.
red
Okay.
regular leaf.
Okay. Okay.
Naked grandma.
Naked grandma. All right. Sounds good. So, as he leaves with you guys in tow, he like just kind of runs through the bushes every few seconds and then looks back to make sure you're following and keeps going.
Do I keep up with him?
You're able to keep up with him because he like looks back and makes sure that you guys are with him. So he runs through, and then after about like 20 minutes of you guys just running through the brush, he eventually brings you guys to like a set of trees which are all around, and he just starts like looking up and looking down at everything, and you notice that on the ground there's a couple plants that are kind of reddish and have these red leaves, but there's also a few up in the trees that have these leaves as well. And he looks around, trying to determine which one he wants to take. Do you guys wanna take one or what?
I will cast a jump on myself, and I'll grab something from a higher tree. Wait, how high is the tree? Is it
The
do I need to
trees
jump for it?
are pretty large. They're probably about
Okay.
50 feet tall in total.
All right, then I'll cast jump, and then I'll triple my distance technically, but
It'll also double height. It doubles height
Okay,
and
cool.
triples distance, I think.
it just says jump distance is tripled until spells end.
I'm gonna add double height.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's all my spell slots. But yeah, I'm going to grab like a couple of leaves from there.
All right. Are you doing anything, Galax?
I'm just there, man. I'm just existing. I'm sort of just there because I didn't want to be Rosalind, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, he's a hyena.
Oh my gosh. All right. So as you go
Keep
up
getting
and
yelled
grab one of the leaves, can you roll me a dexterity check real quick?
Dexterity.
Yep.
So that is a 15 plus. Where am I? 3, so 18.
All right. So you go up and grab it, and then you fall back down, and you just roll as you land to help prevent any kind of injury while you land on there. And you show the leaf to him, and he looks at you, he goes, and he kind of just looks at it for a few seconds, kind of eyeing it up and down, holding it up to the light, and he goes,
Okay, that seems like a good sign. Yes, this will work.
he goes,
Okay.
and you see him kind of pull out the flask that he was carrying with it, and he takes his thumb out, and he goes, and he drops it in, and you see it drop in, and it kind of sits on the surface for a little bit, and then it slowly sinks down, and it turns from that greenish color to a very muted orange, and he goes, and he sprints back off towards them. This time he isn't stopping to wait for you guys at all.
Okay.
How big is this giant hyena?
The hyena, I think, is a large creature, so it's 10
large.
10 by 10, I
Alright,
think is
then.
what it is.
I ask because would I be able to carry Gabriella or not?
I would say you could probably carry Gabriella if she wanted to be carried.
I sort of and I sort of like think like sort of like
You
thinking
can
like
still
myself,
talk in your beast form.
and I'm sort of like this, and I'm like preparing myself, and I'm like bringing in my legs, like getting to go, and waiting for Gabriella to make it her decision.
Well, not quite a horseback, but this will do, I guess. Onward.
The second her backside touches my fur, I'm gone like Usain Bolt. Like she might not even be holding on, but I'm just
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
gone.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be holding on for dear
All
life. I'm
right.
kind of ducking to like help like hold my momentum or hold his like
I got a movement
Yeah.
speed of 50, so I'm going pretty fast.
yeah. Press this fuck boy.
All right.
But yeah.
Cool. You guys dash through the woods at the speed of sound, and you just You just get a couple branches to the face here and there, Gabriella, but all together it doesn't really do much harm. It just kind of right on the forehead a couple times. And then you guys get back to them in about 10 minutes, whereas it took 20 minutes to get there. But this time you guys took no breaks, so yeah, you. But you guys get there, and you see Hana and Rosalind and Bobby all sitting there just waiting patiently. And as soon as you get there, you see Grant like trying to force the potion down Hana's mouth.
I would like to just before we get there, just a little bit before, I would like to jump in the air, and obviously, you know, I would assume that Gabrielle is sort of like losing her grip a little bit because obviously I've changed direction, not just going in a straight line. I'm going sort of up now, and as this has happened, I sort of like shrug like that to make her lose her grip completely.
Go ahead.
Try to backflip off of him.
No, wait, no, it's not bad thing. Wait, just wait. I would like to turn back into Galax and just have my arms like this waiting, and
Oh hell
Gabriella's gonna fall in my arms.
I'm backflipping up that. I'm not doing it.
All right. Roll me an acrobatics check, Gabriella.
I can do that. I can do that.
4.
That's just 11 plus 3. That's a 14.
So you jump off, and then like you kind of land and skid a little bit on your butt, but it all around not much damage done to you. And you get up and brush off, and Galax is just sitting there waiting, like looking in the air, trying to figure out where you are.
I turn around and see Gabriella there, and I sort of look at the and bow really quickly, like I've just done a magic trick, and I'm like, "Hi!" Like,
You know, you could have ducked a little bit more. Ow.
I sort of turn around and go, "We got back, didn't we?"
Look, let's just get Hana fixed, and let's put this whole mess behind us. We gotta go to this marketplace of sorts.
All right. So Grant gets back. He goes, and he like just trying to force the potion down your throat on Hana. What are you doing?
My arm's starting to hurt, so I'll take it.
All right. So as this
Do I recognize this knoll to be the one that I was feeding?
yes, you would recognize him.
I start to feel bad realizing I killed my friend. So I'm gonna let him give me the potion.
All right. So as this very thick, slimy fluid kind of like slides down your throat, you can taste like an acidic tang to it, kind of like when you bite into like a slightly sour orange, and it kind of burns a little bit on the way down, but all around it's not too bad for medicine wise. I need you to roll 2 Constitution checks for me.
Upon seeing her take the potion, I want to like take a knee and like get like really close because I want to see what's going on.
Said Constitution.
Yes.
10 and 15.
So you are going to take.
Also, my
and-
meds are kind of rocking my stomach. I might need to step
Yeah,
out
yeah,
here
yeah,
Bobby's
Um,
there, don't worry.
So you take 18 poison damage, and then well, you also start feeling your arm like not as searing as before. It starts to recede a little bit, and you assume that it's getting better, but it doesn't reside all the way back yet.
Okay, and you said
So-
18 points of damage?
Yes, 18 points of poison damage.
I will take that.
I'm sort of looking, I'm like, I'm like, does it work? And I like grab Hana's arm to like look at it. What do I see on her arm?
You start seeing the black slowly creeping back from the veins, but it's very slow. It seems like it's not in a rush to get out of the body. It seems like it's fighting the cure that he's given her.
I'm sort of looking at it. I'm going, well, it's going right, and I'm like gesturing it.
Oh
got
god!
And then he
Oh no!
coughs all in it, and it's ruined. It's infected all over again. and-
It's contagious.
I was sneezing. I wasn't coughing. That was a sneeze.
Bless you.
Oh,
Sneeze.
sorry. Sorry.
But
British sneeze is just an American cough.
as you see that, as you say that, Grant kind of looks at it and goes,
Okay, well, we're hoping this will work, basically.
You can see I'm
But
starting to like. clench my
Gnolls
fist
have
a little bit.
opposable thumbs. Is this lore?
I mean, they can hold stuff, so yes.
I'm like
Okay.
starting to clench my fist a little bit because I'm starting to get a little bit angry upon seeing how he reacted.
Quick
All right.
side note, I thought when you said Knowles, I thought you meant Noellies. I was like,
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
gonna keep puking up a little bit of this orange stuff out of my
No.
mouth.
try to keep it down.
all right. And with that, what are you guys doing now that the medicine has been taken?
I feel like I should give him something for all this shit we put him through, but I don't know what to give him. I'm like, I don't have any. Do I have any bread on me, possibly? From Rosalind's Bakery that I probably.
You might have stolen some, but
Okay.
you didn't
Here.
expressly say that. But I mean, I'd say you have a few, like a little
I'd
bit.
say it's something that Rosalind would do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I give him some bread, and like.
He takes it, and then all of a sudden his ear perks up, as if he's hearing something, and he kind of goes, and he sits there for a few seconds. He takes one bite, and then he like puts it on the ground, and you see him just dash back off.
Okay. I guess we're going back to Magnolia. Not Magnolia. Yeah,
I sort of
Magnolia.
look at. I sort of see this happen, and I'm like.
He doesn't turn around to say goodbye.
I sort of look at him like.
It's probably
What?
for the best.
I sort of look up and I go. Ah, maybe to do with the time of day or something. Maybe I don't.
Yeah. Yes. Probably. Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was just mentally taxed out. I was like, oh, this is so much effort.
I mean, Anna's
saw a
literally the
pic-
epitome of a kid that didn't want to take their medicine.
I sort of pick Hannah up in one arm like a baby, and Bobby up in the other, and I'm like, so where are we going? Like,
What are you, a
like
mother now?
Is it like 6 now?
It would be around 6, yes.
Can I start to curl up?
Like
in
a
my
cat.
arm? In my arm? Bobby's gonna do the same.
Are you gonna start nursing
him?
him?
I'm
I'm
gonna turn
gonna
around to
reach
Gabriella
for
and
the
go.
bear.
I'm gonna sort of like lean her that way so she falls onto Bobby, but not like so it's gonna hurt. Sort of like so she's on like a beanbag of fur. I'm gonna turn round like this with like my arms like this, and I'm gonna turn to Gabriella and go, well, someone's got to be the parent around here, and I like start doing this a little bit.
Someone needs to be responsible. Gabriella.
Exactly.
Rosalind.
And I sort of like start doing this to try and rock him to sleep a little bit.
All right.
I am not feeling too hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that as my long rest.
All right. Alrighty. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm
No
just,
worries. No worries.
Thank
like, a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
So, I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
I'll be
We
listening.
bring the chaos. Don't worry.
Oh,
I
no,
will.
what-
keep
We've
the
been
chaos
we've been
going.
forced to have you. It's okay.
I'll be listening though, so I'll know. It
All
happened.
right. Bye bye, Keo.
Bye.
Love you, bud.
Love you.
All right.
Single
So,
Dad, me.
are you guys headed back to Magnolia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, you guys head back to Magnolia. I need you all to roll a perception check for me real quick.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, all of us?
Then
We'll say. Do we just say that Bobby and what's the name are on the same roll as me?
Yeah.
22.
I'm at a 7.
A 7.
my luck couldn't hold out.
You say perception.
Yeah.
9.
All right.
Yeah, 22.
Rosalind, you notice in the trees just a crow kind of hopping from tree to tree as you guys are running away from going back to Magnolia Springs. And as you break out of the forest to Magnolia, the crow just sits there and watches you. and he just kind of traces your movements as he watches you go back into the town.
I'm gonna relay that to Gabriella and Gala.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I will cast Speak with Animals because I can still somehow do that.
All right.
I would like to say. Wait, I would like. So, can we see this crow now that you pointed out?
Yeah.
Before?
You'd be
Okay.
able to see this crow.
Is this the same crow that we've seen before, by any chance?
You can't tell. There doesn't seem to be any markings on its beak like before, but it's a crow.
I would like to say, Mr. Crow, what do you want? Staring at us like that.
It goes, "Ah! Ah!" and it just sits there.
I go, you do realize I can understand you now, right?
You just see him, and the crow slowly nods.
I sort of look at the other two and I'm like, you fancy killing something today?
Wait, were you asking me that?
I'm asking you both that.
Okay. I think priority should be taking care of Hana.
She's had the potion and she's asleep. I
She
can't
needs
do
some more
anything.
Oh yes, you go take her home, and I will deal with this crow or something.
As I sort of go, I go, Crow, if you want to say anything, it might be a good time to say. As I'm like carrying on walking.
No response.
I'm gonna aim at it. I'm always killing birds in this campaign.
All right. Are you gonna take the shot, or are you just aiming at it right
I
now?
want to see the reaction of it first off. What's it doing?
It sits there.
Like it just sits,
sits
there.
there
How close
watching
is it?
you.
How close is it?
It's probably 30 or 40 feet away, but with the angling upwards, maybe closer to like 60.
Yeah, I'll shoot at it. Why not?
All right, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Alright. All I know is how to do is shoot things. It's who I am as a person. That's an 18.
18.
18
You-
ahead.
You shoot, and it like hits the crow, and it goes, and it slowly kind of passes into the crow, and you can see a blood spurt, and it kind of pins to the tree.
Oh, this one's solid. Awesome. Wait, so it hit. Do I roll damage for it or not?
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Roll. 1d8. Where's my d8? The most important dice is a d8. For those of you who don't know.
Yeah, for those
should
that
have-
may not know.
You should have a d8. Always. At any given moment. So you can do 7 damage total.
7 damage total. He appears
Yeah.
dead.
I'm gonna go get it. Because I want my bow. My bow. I should my bow. I want my arrow back.
All right.
I need to name one of my arrows. Oh, one of my unbreakable arrows. I'm gonna name Smith.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Anyway, as you go up to it and you start looking up at the tree, the crow that you had pinned there just slowly comes off the arrow.
You couldn't have brought that back with me. Guess not. I gotta grab my I was gonna say umbrella. My arrow out of the tree.
As you walk up, the crow looks at you and it just unfazingly keeps staring at you while you walk up and grab the arrow.
Oh, you're alive still.
It just sits there.
And sneezes.
Well, you hey. Quaff thy raven. Achoo.
Is there anything you
I-
want to do?
I don't want it alive at this point. Alright, I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna do this. That was a warning shot. It was a killing shot, but it was a warning killing shot. You know what I mean? So
Am
You
I back at
continue
the
being
house at this
creepy.
point?
What did you say, Alex?
I said, am I back at the house at this point with Hana?
Yeah, you would have been back at the house by this point.
Alright, can I place them down? You know that hay, is the hay still there?
Yeah, the hay would still be there.
I'm gonna place them both onto the hay.
Alright.
And I'm gonna come running back. Not very fast! I'm gonna come.
All right.
like just seeing what's going on.
All right.
Is is the one with the blue hair or green hair? Is the one with the green hair your master?
He just sits there and it just stares at you kind of blankly.
I'm
I
gonna
don't think we're
strangle this
getting
crow.
anywhere, Gabriella.
I know, but I want to strangle this stupid bird. God, Peter would be on my ass about this. Now
Out
I
of context,
realize.
Gabriella. Is there anything else you want to do with it or no?
I just slowly back away from it, I guess, and then I just continue to just like watch it I'd probably like be like 30 feet away from it, but I continue to watch it like ready, like having my dagger ready just in case it tries anything. I don't have any spell. Damn, I don't have any more spell slots for this either.
Yes, Galax.
Assuming that I made it nearly back by this
Mhm.
point, I would like to sort of go and like push Gabriella out of the way and like jump and dive towards the crow to try and grab it.
The crow's up in the tree.
Oh, maybe not. I would like to start scaling said tree.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming that my spell is still, because it's 10 minutes, so I'm assuming it
Yeah.
will still be somewhat, like, do you want to speak now that I'm on the high ground? Like, and I'm like slowly starting to climb the tree.
All you can hear from it is go, death.
Okay, Faz. Okay, Faz.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on, is it a
Hold
race?
on, I need to write this up. Crow, death. Okay. Oh no, I put Darth. Whoops. Yeah.
Duh.
And
Yeah,
it,
the
it
British
like
death.
cocks its head and it goes, humming.
Oh, okay. That's I sort of look at the crow and I'm like,
Is it saying this out loud or is it? Or is
It
it
only
saying
only Galax would
Only
be able to
Galax,
understand
okay.
it. And
I sort of put it myself and I go,
he looks at it and goes, no.
and I sort of go, well then, that's alright. And I sort of go, wait. Like in the moment of saying, oh, at least it's not me, I sort of go, wait. Who?
The crow gives a very odd, as it changes the shape of its beak into a very wide smile, as it like cracks across its head, and it just says, soon.
I don't know anyone called Soon.
And with that, his head like slowly opens and rotates backwards, and you see like rows of teeth coming out of the crow, and you see this long tongue elongated from it as well. And then with that, it like gives like a very fast motion, and it bites down, and it looks as if it bites itself and twirls around, and it pops out.
So it just bit itself essentially, and then it popped out of existence. You just said.
Yes.
So instead of a Cheshire cat, it's a Cheshire bird.
Okay. At that point, I sort of just go, and I start like slowing down the tree, but I'm still kind of like confused, and I'm like,
Okay, so Galax, what is this? What did you do to it? What did you like all these animals and stuff?
because obviously,
Wait, would I know the spell like speak with animals since my father's like a wizard and whatnot?
You
At all?
might know the spell, but you can't cast it yourself.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is like, would I know? Would I be aware that would I know of the spell too?
You would know of the spell and that
together.
people can cast it,
Mhm.
but you yourself would not know it.
What? Can you speak to him or something? Is that what you've been doing this entire time?
I sort of look at my hands and go, one of us, death is knocking on the door. And that's all I say, because I don't want to talk about how I can speak to animals. And I sort of just...
What do you mean, death? For who?
Death is coming. That's all I know. And I sort of just keep looking at my hand. Okay? And I sort of just keep saying to myself, death is coming, death is coming. Like just constantly just saying it to myself. And you remember when, so last session how I sat in front of the door?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sort of sit there again and sort of just think, like, and then I sort of like roll my sleeve up to look at my thing on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, and I'm like, why didn't I ask about this? and I'm sort of like looking at it, and I'm like running my finger over it, and I'm like sort of just sitting there.
All right.
Alex, we need to go. Let's check up on Hana. I'm pretty sure she wants to see you
Who?
whenever she wakes up. Hana?
No, no.
Uh-huh.
Who needs to go?
No, I think we
Gala.
should go.
Oh,
You're saying that
Galax.
we all
Okay,
have
I thought you
to
said
go.
Alex. I was like, I don't know who Alex is.
Yeah, Alex.
I was like,
Alex
is that
is
one of
my
your
other
arrows?
That's her disguised name, Alex and Bill. Yeah, Bill.
I sort of rather disgruntledly get up, and I sort of go like this, and I look at Gabriella, and I go, Grant had this, didn't he? And I'm obviously, at this point, this is the first time you know about it, but I have the same marking that was in that room of the, oh god, what was it? It was the, not that specifically, but hold on. Oh my god, no. No.
Do you need me to tell you again?
Yeah, because for some reason I didn't write it down.
Cock. So you had a long scythe that looks like the Grim Reaper with poison vials hanging off of it. It looks like.
Wait, what do you mean? What is this symbol?
If you
Okay.
do you want to roll a religion? Because you can roll religion to see if you notice it.
Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? That's, do I have any proficiency? Probably not. I mean, you know, a religion check is a +1 for me, and I got a whopping 2, so, you know, 3.
You've never seen this symbol before in your life.
I hate my father.
I go, I don't care about family. I'm asking if you know about this.
I have no idea what that is. What do you mean? Like, have you seen this before?
Well, no, I don't know how to say this, but to me, it's not good. It's not a good thing I have this. And I'm like,
Well,
I'm
yes,
like, literally...
it's a death symbol and some, I don't know, bottles next to it. What do you mean it's, yeah, of course it's not good.
And I just had someone say to me that death is coming.
For
But
you?
if it's not me, then...
Wait, what do you mean it's not you? How did you know it's not you?
Oh, I forgot to mention that, didn't I? I sort of look and I go, so, I
Okay,
could
push the
speak.
question. Okay.
I could speak to the crow. The crow just said that death was coming. Not for me, which really doesn't make sense with my symbol. But apparently it's soon.
Did you even think to ask about any of us?
It just said soon. I did fear for everybody, mainly Hana, but I didn't want to disclose that. But I was just told that it was just soon. That's all I was told. And like my tone is slowly like deteriorating at this point, and you can hear like the genuine fear in my voice, like for the first time ever. And I'm sort of like still like rubbing over the thing on my wrist, and I'm like, "Do you know anything, Rosalind? Rosalind,
I don't
I
think
know you
I
hate me,
can
but do you know
help
anything?"
with Symbol.
Wait, Rosalind's
I
not
can-
here.
I can.
Rosalind's not there with you guys yet. You're still outside.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
like to go
remember.
inside.
All right. As you guys break through the door, Vlastimir's like, "Oh, thank God! What was his name? White hair, long beard. What did he want?"
He just merely was looking out for a friend.
I just look at them and go, "He gave me a tattoo," and I sort of show my wrist to him. In the hope that it's
Vlastimir.
soon.
Vladimir looks at it and kind of his face goes a little more paler than usual. He's like, "That's no tattoo."
And I go,
What is it, Vladimir?
I sort of wait. Why do you know this?
He looks around and he like looks at his bookshelf for a few seconds. He's like, let me show you something." And he goes and he grabs like a book of like it looks like some sort of prayer book or a Bible of some sort, and he starts speaking about how in ancient times there is a person who would used to make sure that souls can travel from the mortal plane onwards without any hesitation or any any sort of holdups in their material possessions or their bonds to this world. And he starts speaking about a being known as Edgal, who made sure to reap these souls in order to bring them to the afterlife. He then goes on to mention that Edgal also is the patron god of disease and sickness, and that he is thought to be essentially this wraith that'll show up at different points in time to make sure that people who escape death or narrowly escaped it don't get away with it a second time.
I think that's what we summoned, isn't it?
That's wait, no, because we he.
We summoned
Fuck,
a
my brain
wraith.
hurts. The thing is, my character is supposed to be smart as well, so I'm allowed to think like this. It's just
I mean, my character is smart too. Wisdom is decently high.
I sort of look towards
Kind of a
Rosalind.
blonde.
I sort of look at.
blonde.
I
sort
shoot
of to
things.
Rosalind and her father,
My
and I sort of
character's
go.
not blonde.
So what does this mean for me? I'm not the only one that's had this.
He looks at you, he's like, there's others that you've met with this symbol?
And I sort of point and I go, weird looking guy from earlier. Like
He did-
that. And I sort of.
The gentleman who came in.
He didn't have the symbol on his arm, it was on the pedestal.
I was on the pedestal.
Yeah.
I sort of look at him and go, when we went with the weird looking, he had a thing, and I don't know, and obviously, because of where I'm from, I wouldn't know what it was specifically called. I would go, he had this thing that had all these symbols on it, and one of them was this. And I like point towards.
You mean a
it,
pedestal?
Vladimir looks at it, he's like, I don't know what that might mean. But
Perhaps some sort of summoning ritual?
maybe, but anything regarding this symbol, I don't want to go near it. And
I sort of thinking my sleeve up, and I'm just like,
Vlastimir,
I
we need...
apologize, and like slowly start leaving, like very slowly.
Vlastimir, I think it's best that we head out then, as soon as possible. I don't want to risk you and your family.
He looks at you, he's like, you guys are my family.
I sort of turn around and I'm like, and you can see that I want to say something, but I'm.
You cut out angry.
No, I think he just stopped talking.
No, his mouth
No.
is moving.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
No,
he
I
goes-
was just
I
gonna
turn-
say
I
I
I
turn,
turn
so-
around and then I just see the mouth moving. I'm like,
Yeah, so I turn around and I go to say that. So it kind of works. So I go to say something, and you can see that I'm visibly stopping myself from
Mhm.
replying to that.
Okay.
And I'm like, and then I sort of like roll my sleeves up, and go to the stable where I assume I dropped off Hana and Bobby, and just go and sit with them.
As you're about to leave, he
Ah.
grabs your hand, he's like, whatever you're looking for, whatever paths you may cross, protect my daughters.
I sort of
Do
look
we
at him and
have-
go. I sort of look at him and go. I don't think they realize it yet, but I've been trying to do that so far. And that, and on that note, I just leave. There's no hesitation.
As
There's no
he's
hesitation. There's no hesitation. I don't turn around. I just leave. I just leave. There's no hesitation there.
more perfect. Oh my god. That's like...
Oh fucking hell, dude.
Alright.
But yeah, now I'm gone. Like I sort of like not like pull my hand away, but I. So
He sits there for a second. He says, "Are you guys sure you want to go with them?"
I have to. It's best if I do. Rosalind, I would not blame you if you wanted to stay here where it's safer.
I'm not letting you go alone, Gabriella.
Rosalind, it could be dangerous.
He looks down. He's like, not a word of this to your mother. Understood.
Yes.
He looks at Finn, the dog that's been sleeping in the corner of the room. He's like, he's going to miss you.
And we will miss him too. But this is something we have to do.
He looks down. He's like, fair enough. Give me 1 second and I'll get the cart ready. And you see him leave before you, and he goes around, not to the stables, but a little bit past the stable and starts readying the cart for you guys.
I'm gonna give him my hand.
Do we have a shrine to our goddess?
You would have a shrine in your house, like a very small one, but there's also the church that's open at all hours of the day for you to go and pray to your gods and goddesses.
I'm gonna go to the church before we leave.
All right.
I'm gonna go help Vlastimir with it, and I just want to talk to him for a little bit.
All right. We'll go ahead and start with Gabriella. What do you want to talk to Vlastimir about?
I know you've only known me for a little bit, Vlastimir. Oh, a couple years, so it seems not a lot of time. Well, a long time at this point. You're more of a father figure than my actual father ever was.
He sits there for a little bit, just like not turning his face to you. He just goes, I always tried to be. And he doesn't turn his face to you yet. He's just readying the barding and the tack.
I hug him from behind.
As you give him a hug, he stops for a few seconds, and all you hear is, stay safe. And you hear him you hear him like kind of sob a little bit and wipe his eyes, and then he goes in to get the horses out of the stable.
I prefer the horses in the back, if you don't mind.
He sits down. He's like,
Sorry, it's this joke that I had.
He's like,
area.
I'll never understand your humor.
Me neither.
And he's like, that's probably part of the charm of it. And he just continues walking towards the stables.
Hey, if anything else, we'll be back by supper. Sure of it.
You hear him chuckle a little bit under his breath, and he goes, sure you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he doesn't say another word. He just continues hooking the horses up to
bawling.
the cart.
I know you're like ugly cry, full form ugly cry, but when he's out of range.
All right. You get to the church and you open it, and you don't see anybody in the pews of the church or anything. There's just a couple different like lights on. There's the confession booth, and then obviously like you can tell that the priest that is constantly at the church is there, because he's like sitting in one of the pews, but he doesn't really acknowledge you coming in. He just kind of sits there constantly holding his hands together praying.
Okay. Is this for like all the gods and goddesses? It's not a specific.
The church in specific is for the matron god of the town, which would be Demeter. But you are allowed to pray at any church to any god, so they have multiple different shrines set up. The main centerpiece being the one to Demeter.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the statue or shrine of Demeter. Put one of the pieces, like the loaves of bread that I have, as the offering, and then pray to Demeter.
Is there anything in specific you want to say to her?
Protection for the journey, if they have any answers or what we might run into, or about symptom or anything like that.
Alright.
I'm assuming after I left, I'm headed towards. I would have seen Rosalind head towards the church, and I figured this is where she would go.
Alright.
And I just catch up with her.
Is there anything else you want to do at the church, Rosalind?
Priest still isn't looking at me, is he?
The priest is not looking at you. He's very much enraptured in his prayer.
And there's no other patrons in the church.
No other
Only
patrons.
some
No.
priests. If there's anything else really to do in the church.
There's a couple confession booths. There's a offering bowl in front of the shrine to Demeter, which you put the bread in. But other than that, there's just stained glass windows, a couple candelabras. There's some incense for burning if you want to burn incense for your god to hopefully pass your message along like the fumes. But that's about it.
And I'll light some incense.
All right, sounds cool. You light the incense, and as it like smokes up and starts billowing out, it's a lot more smoke than you would notice, and all you hear is my protection is yours, child. And it doesn't seem like the priest heard it at all. And in the incense, you can kind of see the face of a very older woman with very dark black hair, and you can see the symbol around her neck. It's on a necklace with the scythe with the sheaves of grain with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I will thank Demeter and then walk out of the church and meet Gabriella.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do when you guys meet up?
Wait here for a second. Need to have a word with someone in there.
All right.
So,
You're not fighting the priest, are you?
No, don't worry. Something I don't usually do, but I feel like I need to at this point. So, Gabriella is walking down like the center aisle with her heels like clacking through, so it's echoing. And she's just like, okay, look, I'm not the religious sort at all, but grant me this. Protect my friends and my family, please. That's all I care about.
You feel a really icy coldness kind of penetrate your body, but no words are said.
This is why I don't do this sort of thing. This is ridiculous. I kind of want to flick him off, but I feel like I might get smited.
Get smited.
As soon as I exit the church, I'll be like, bollocks.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do for the before you leave for the night?
I want. You know what? Right. You know what? I'm gonna sort of get, because obviously I've just been sort of. I see these. Assuming they're coming over to help with the cart and stuff. I sort of get up. I start sharpening my weapons, obviously that I randomly decided to get out, and I sort of look at them both, and I just say, I'm sorry for being the chaotic self I am. It's just I can't help the way I am. I just do want you to know that everything I said back in there, pointing towards the house, I meant that. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't make a lot of friends, but
Well, you have been in jail, so.
exactly not the point I'm trying to make, but yeah. I just want you to know that I was not joking at all. And I sort of just, like, go back to just sharpen my battle axe a little bit more.
Galax, we will find you a cure for your whatever affliction you have going on. And
I sort of go, what, this? This? No, this is pretty cool.
okay, well, I wanted to, but
Now I'm having second thoughts.
Do you want to try and go into the church? Because you can certainly do that too.
I feel like you'd burn up on contact.
Huh? I didn't hear what you said. I genuinely didn't hear what you said.
You
She,
said you would burn up on contact.
She asked if you wanted to go to the church as well.
I sort of look
No, I said you'd burn up on contact to the church.
I sort of look at both of you after you made that comment.
Yeah.
I'm not agreeing with Gabriella, but best I don't speak.
Yeah. All right. As you guys are finishing up your conversation, you kind of see Vladimir like walking by the stables, and he just goes, "The cart's ready. If you guys wish to leave."
You know we don't want to, but we have to.
I'm gonna walk up and hug him.
I'm gonna pick up Hana and Bobby with a little bit of hay, just enough so it.
Just chuck him
I'm
in the
gonna-
cart.
As you hug Vlastimir, he puts his arm around you, and he like leans down and gives a kiss onto the top of your head, and he just like rubs your shoulder. He's like, I know, darling.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm gonna place them both in the cart.
This is the most wholesome I've ever been on this street.
Most chaotic and most wholesome. There you go. All in one stream.
And he goes, take whatever you need from the barn. Take whatever you need
Wait,
from the
Java?
field. Within reason.
Right, of course. I don't want to.
I take.
Vlastimir, by the way, did Gabrielle mention we got your contract that's tax-free for 3 months?
He sits there for a second. He's like, no, she did not.
Oh,
I
you know,
did.
there's a-
Last time I gave it
Yeah,
to
last
you.
session.
Oh, did you last
Last
session?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last
Oh.
session I gave him the paper.
Oh, well, then yes. Yes.
Okay, well, you know.
I forgot.
Yes, I did.
Well, you
Let's
know,
backtrack that.
Silver lining.
He
We may
he
be going on
sit,
a deadly journey, but 3 months off tax.
he
We'll be
he's
back before you know.
he sits there for
before
a few
you,
seconds,
mess up.
and he says, 3 months is a long time. Be back before
We
it's
might
up.
not be gone those 3 months, but we'll be back before you know it.
He just like silently nods his head.
I want to go over to the other stable and just grab some carrots and some hay and put it in the, just so we have enough for the horse days that we.
Mm-hmm.
And as I finish doing that, obviously let them to finish up.
I'm gonna say you get probably about 10 days of feed for the horses and put it on the back of the cart.
All right, nice. And I'm gonna sort of walk around to, what's his name again? I always forget his name.
Vlastimir.
I'm gonna walk over to Vlastimir and I'm sort of gonna, take a knee in front of him and I go, thank you for your services, good sir. In these last couple of days, you've made me realize what being a part of a small family is meant to get. And I sort of like get up and I sort of go like that and then just walk round, and get onto the back of the cart just to make
Before
sure
you
that-
go walking away from him, he kind of gives you a slight punch on the chest. And he just like lowers his arm. He's like, don't forget it.
and I sort of just, it's very slow nod, but it's sort of like a, did you do that for? Like, and I sort of just slowly just nod like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of like go like that, and then I go around to look at the back of the cart, see that Bobber and Hannah are still sleeping, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss you in the morning, Bobby. And I sort of go around, and I'm now speaking.
I forgot he's going away.
And I sort of start, because obviously Amber and Zephyr? This is Amber,
Yeah,
Amber and Zephyr?
Amber and Zephyr.
I sort of like start just like caressing them as I sort of walk around the edge, just making sure that they're quite calm and okay.
All right.
Like, Dad, you still haven't heard anything from Essen, have you?
He sits there for a second. He's like, not for a while, no.
I
Have-
kind of speak. Wait, hold on.
Have
No,
any
no,
of
right.
the letters been sent back?
He sits there for a second and he like cocks his head. He's like, not that I've known of.
Can you give me the address of the letters that you've been sending? Like, where you've been sending the letters?
He gives you the address of his last known location, which was the Presian Archives, which would be, you know, like a few hours outside of Presio itself, and it would be a few hours to the southeast of it.
Okay.
He said, if you find him, tell him that I miss him, and for him to visit soon.
Real quick question: did Essen leave by the time I came here?
Yeah, Essen would have been gone by the time you were here.
Okay, cool. I don't know much about Essen, but if he's anything apart like your family, then we'll be sure to. He'll be sure to know, and I'll find him for sure.
He just sits there for a few seconds. He says, "Be careful. Essen dealt with a lot of finicky stuff, so to say. And I'd hate for you guys to get caught up in that." And he's like he seems like he's about on the verge of break, but he's been trying to keep it together this whole time. And he just like sits there for a few seconds. And he's like, "Now I would like to get some rest."
Yeah, you've got an early day ahead of you, so you should probably go off to bed, and we should head out for the night. As I kind of like grab a few supplies as well, like some bread and some things along the journey that'll help us like through the meal.
All right, and
I put one back because I'm really apprehensive on how much I'm taking. It's like, okay, maybe I don't need this much, but you know.
As you guys load up the cart, and the sun finally drops below the horizon, and it's nighttime, just kind of engulfing the whole world. You guys get up into the cart, and then Rosalind, being the one that knows how to drive of the group, takes up the reins and whips the horses, and you guys start to leave the town. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Russell,
Yes.
what's the worst that happens if I drive?
We crash.
Okay, good point.
What were you doing, Galax?
Okay, I'm gonna cast my final wild shape before my long rest, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn into a black bear and get into the back of the cart and move Hana onto me, so that in the morning Hana won't be as confused. Wait.
All right.
Bobby
fall asleep.
grew up overnight.
No, because they're both the same. They will be the exact same, won't like the black bear.
You would be larger than Bobby.
Oh,
You'd be
yeah,
a
Hana
little
won't.
larger than Bobby,
Hana
but
won't know.
not
Hana
like
won't know.
crazy amount. You know, it'd be like
Yeah.
maybe you're a little more aged than Bobby, but
Yeah, so I'll sort of just be laying there, and I'll sort of have, like Muppet,
yeah.
Cobb under the arm, but then Hana on my chest, and I'll take a long rest.
This
All right.
cuddle slash is so cute.
All right.
Should we make
I'm just
camp
trying to be a good
somewhere?
dad, okay?
Gabriella, should we make camp?
The horses could go on for a little bit, but do you? Ugh.
Rosalind being an elf wouldn't need sleep.
Yeah, but the horses would tire after how long exactly?
They could probably go on for at least 12 hours or so. They haven't been
Okay.
being ridden or pulling anything, so they're good to go.
I think we should be good to go just straight there, because the sooner we get there, the sooner we take care of this, and the sooner we can get home.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to go take a rest really quick. Wake me up if there's anything.
All right.
pressing.
And as Gabriella falls into their slumber, you hear like a little rustling that you didn't notice on the cart, and then as the rustling ends, you kind of see a paw fall out from behind the bags that were on there, and you notice the pattern on the paw being Snow's, and it seems like Snow has been kind of sleeping, catnapping all day in the cart, but Snow is in fact with you all. And as the lights of the city kind of fade away and shimmer out of existence, and you're encapsulated in this darkness of night, just the cart moving through, I think that we can end there.
Yay!
Yay! Oh my god, this is so good.
We had such a roller coaster today.
It was so
Right.
good though.
Do I technically take a long rest if I don't need sleep?
So if
Or
you're
no?
tranced, you can kind of like, it's kind of like putting your brain on autopilot. And I would say, like, if you're driving, you can kind of trance while driving, like here and there, you know, like a weird little shut brain off, kind of turn back on. So I would say that while driving, you can kind of trance. It would take a longer time for you to get your full rest, because I think it's 6 hours for normal people. But if you're trancing and driving, I would say it's 10 hours to get your full rest. But yeah,
Okay. Just
But
so I can know for next session if I actually had rest or not.
yeah, I'll say that you did have a full rest. Yeah.
Okay.
You might be coming to the end of your full rest though by the time like you guys, actually
Get
get out
there.
of nighttime or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're gonna
Yay.
end today, guys. I hope you had fun.
That
I
was a
feel
lot
sorry
of
for
fun.
Grant, dude.
What?
That was
Just give
so
him some
fun. Like it was like both. I liked the goosebumpy part of it. I was just like, holy shit. Also, I was like, is that the freaking wraith that I'm sensing? That I keep on sensing? I'm just like, oh god.
I had to fight Galax essentially and Hana's craziness.
I was literally just pushing you away with wind. I was.
Oh, I was about to like hurt you with something.
Bruh.
I
I
wasn't hurting people.
was
So
looking so frantically for the Spectre or the Wraith, and I was like, I don't have either of them printed out, apparently. I was like, I thought for sure I had those printed out, but apparently I don't.
Yeah.
So, that was fun to find out. But yeah,
Surprise!
I wasn't planning on you guys
Yeah.
attacking Grants, considering the whole
It was Kia, not
everything.
me. I will say that to the end of time. It was Kia, not me.
But
I might
yeah,
not have helped, but it wasn't me.
I
Hana's
appreciate
innocent,
You
except she's
are
not.
chaos.
I appreciate you guys playing with me today and enjoying the session.
Of course,
Um,
you're being held hostage.
Of course.
Send help.
This is a
It's
cry.
not your campaign. You're just the storyteller of the campaign.
Exactly. But before we head out, why don't you guys talk about your channels? We'll just go ahead and start with Angie. Why don't you talk about yourself?
Hi guys. So I'm the chaotic muscle of the group, aka Galax. I usually just stream Monday, Wednesday. We're playing a lot of different games lately. We've been playing Hades. Been having a bunch of fun with Hades. Still can't get past the first Fury, which is but yeah, we've recently gone non-PG as well. So I thought I might as well announce that now as well. Officially non-PG on my channel. I've been having a lot of issues with not a lot of issues with being PG, but I feel like there's a lot of weight that's gotten off my shoulders. So if you want to come in my chat and say fuck, you can do that now. So there's that. But please make sure you check out all the cuties that are with me right now because they're amazing as well.
And Azzy, how about you go next?
My channel is Azrael519. I'm a variety streamer. When I say variety, I mean like a lot of games. Very much variety. I usually stream like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and then a Friday. Right now, I'm taking a break due to personal reasons. But I now have a Twitter, so you can follow me on Twitter to see when I might go live.
Or when there's food.
Or when there's food, or my cat. One of those three
Important.
things.
That's literally half of the internet, honestly. Like, it really is.
All right, and Flip, how about you, buddy?
Hi guys, I'm Flip. I really have to pee. However,
Dude, same.
yeah, I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Thursdays and Saturdays. I don't know why I'm forgetting the S. On those. And yeah, I play Gabriella Blackwood, the hoity-toity princess who also happens to know so many pop culture references at this time.
Apparently.
But yeah, I am a variety FPS streamer usually, but I have been recently getting into League because I hate myself internally. So I was like, yeah. But no, yeah, you can find me on my Twitter, my Instagram. It's been kind of dead that I need to update. I keep forgetting. But my Twitter is cursed tweets, not as cursed as LucidWraithh or Humble DM. And then yeah, my Twitter, my Twitch is down there with a little purpley. Flip legit. Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
be sure to follow all these
Angry?
cuties because they're amazing.
Even though he's not here and he had to go, I'm sure you were going to mention it anyway, Lucy. Please go and check
Ooh.
out Kyo as well.
Can
Kyo,
I
she
do my
has a
Kyo
short
impression?
Go
Oh
on,
my God.
please.
Gosh,
Okay.
no.
Alright. Hello friends, I'm Kiyoshi Kid, and I am a soft streamer here on Twitch. And I've been doing 365 and streaming every day, and we're almost done. Ear infection! Okay, anyway. I play Hana Hakumo, and yeah, I am a fairy, and yeah, it's be sure to check out all you cuties. Uwu. You know what I'm saying? Uwu.
Thank you, Kyo. It's almost like you're still here.
No,
And
Lucid, thank you.
And for those of you that don't know, we also have a 5th player. They couldn't make it today because they were having a migraine, so we let them, you know, step out for the day. But I mean, they're a rogue, so rogues are always just doing their own thing, you know, kind of splitting off, doing whatever anyway, so it's okay. But guys,
You want to do my kill impression because I got that one down.
no.
I would like to point out that Mr. DM played it very well. Our friend was actually still a part of the session today.
Yee.
Sleeping in the car. I thought that was very
I
smooth.
mean, it's a cat
You
nap,
snuck
and
that
she's
in.
a rogue.
You snuck
she
that
does
in
rogue
there.
things.
I liked it.
I heard a rogue. I mean, a
I
cat.
had a rogue. I had a cat.
But guys, before I leave and give a proper send off, I just want everybody to say that I wanted to say to everyone, thank you all so much for helping us raise money, because even though even if you weren't raising money, and Flip, even if you were not doing it much, you guys still were there for the campaign on Sunday during the thing, and I want to appreciate you guys for that. I really do appreciate it. And we ended up raising $1,220, I believe, for Starlight, which is freaking crazy altogether. And
I was the 20 in there.
was
so
the 80.
I really do appreciate
I
you
donated.
guys. I hate you guys.
But the most important thing is we've raised, you know, a considerable amount of money, and I think you all agree with me when I say that it was a
Yeah.
And I personally don't think I couldn't have seen myself doing something like this. So the fact that I was able to do it, regardless, I'm
You
I'm
guys
grateful.
all made an impact in kids' lives. The lives
Ye-
will get better. They'll get entertainment. They'll get different care. You all were a part of that, and you all helped change the future.
And we can't thank you guys enough, because it really does mean the world to us that we are able to do what we do and provide for somebody less fortunate than us on a basis as regular as we do. And it wouldn't be possible without you guys in the chat and in the community and everywhere else. It really does mean the world to us. So thank you guys from all of us here to you guys. We really do appreciate the support that you guys give us on a daily basis. And I hope that we can do this again really soon for another charity, hopefully. So if you guys do have a charity in mind that you guys would like us to do for our next event, please do let us know. It probably won't be for a few months.
I'll get him in on that British charity stuff that you worry about,
I
alright?
kind of have an idea of a
Wait,
cause
is
that I
there
want to
charity
look
for the
into.
British? Can we make them more British?
Yo, can we make Britain great? Not again, it was never that great. I'm just
I
kidding.
need to do some research, but I do have an idea towards a cause that I want
I'm
to
just kidding.
try to help with.
Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
So,
Yeah. I would love that. And we do have the I think we still have the chat, but we will have that discussion. But guys, I'm gonna hop out and give a few more updates to my stream and chat and tell them what's going on and everything. But I do appreciate you guys hopping out for the session today. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And then hopefully next time we're going to an auction, baby.
Money. Oh wait, I should have asked Dad for money.
But thank you all
Wait,
so
Blossom, if you have your
much.
card on you.
But thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Bye, Lucid. Base DM. Also follow, tweet, like, subscribe, Twitter. Just
What?
oh.
Bye-bye.
Wait,